That's that stress-free energy, man. I tell you, man, because like we're not under any duress right now, and it feels good, doesn't it? How you doing, fam? Yep. Brady and Rodgers again. See, this is why I said, every year when you see, although this year you can't blame Kyle and John, but normally Kyle and John are out looking for other quarterbacks, and every season. So, and I don't know. Maybe this season won't change, but it should, right? You got the kid you just drafted. But I tell you what, man, if you thought the Niners' offseason quarterback situation was settled, guess again, beyond the friendly confines of Santa Clara, while Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers live, they will always, and I mean always, be connected to San Francisco. It's just never going to stop. Brady can be 55 years old. The 49ers are still considering whether or not they will see if Tom Brady is willing to come out of retirement and anchor their team to the Super Bowl. He'll be sitting there saying things like, y'all got to be boy. Man, both future Hall of Fame quarterbacks were in line to be selected to the Niners out of the draft, and that was years ago. But were jilted in favor of others on that fateful day. Will one of them finally come full circle since their NFL careers were launched elsewhere? This is the question, because every year we go through this. Every year we go through Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers coming to San Francisco. So tonight, taking your phone call for your desire or not to continue fantasizing over the offseason annual campaign for either Brady or Rodgers to skipper the 49ers in this 2022. Again. Let's just jump right on this. Tom Brady is retired. Giselle said, no, he's not playing football. Aaron Rodgers just lost his fiance because he wants to play football, and she's not happy with the time that he spends playing football and not giving her any attention. So these are pressures that you're not going to be able to beat. Okay, they're just not. Aaron beating his by telling her goodbye. That's pretty rough. That's pretty harsh, actually, So, will he be okay with that? But will he remain retired, of course? And where will Aaron Rodgers end up if he doesn't stay in Green Bay? There have been a lot of rumors this offseason surrounding potential quarterback moves, and we aren't even a week past the Super Bowl. It didn't take long. Most believe the Niners will transition from Jimmy Garoppolo to Trey Lance this offseason, with the former likely to be traded. But now here we go with, I wonder if Lance is ready to take the reins, though. All season long, it was sit down, Jimmy, and get Trey Lance in there right now. And now all of a sudden, I wonder if Lance is ready. I don't think the people have been telling Jimmy to sit down and bring Lance in are on that wagon. But where are all these voices coming from now? Including some of your daily NFL shows. Trey started 2 games during his rookie season, getting most of his reps on the scout team. We already know that. Fast forward to the opening week of the offseason. And here it comes. Brady or Rodgers to San Francisco has reared up again. Brady or Rodgers starting for the Niners next season is a comedy skit that airs at the same time each and every year with absolutely no chance of happening. Maybe one day it might, I don't know. But right now, it ain't going to happen. And it's not. It really isn't. Because, number one, the Packers probably wouldn't allow their quarterback to depart for the team that knocked them out of the postseason just weeks ago again. And every time the 49ers show up in the playoffs against him, for that matter, every time. Listen, here's the thing. I'm just keeping it 100. Aaron Rodgers cannot beat the 49ers in a big game situation. It's already been proven. How many times? Yet we beg and plead to get Aaron Rodgers with us. I know, Jimmy does it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's exactly my point. And quiet as it is kept, I do wonder how he never gets any flack about that and how bad he is wanted in San Francisco. It's questionable in my mind. If Aaron was with the Niners, at least he would stop getting his ass handed to him, though, I guess. You've seen it happen. I'm not making this up. He can't beat the 49ers when it's time to beat them. However, though, Mike Sando of The Athletic believes the possibility of Brady living out his childhood dream of playing for the Niners is at least plausible. Steve Young joined KNBR's Tolbert and Kruger and Brooks show this past Wednesday. And you know what? You got to listen to Young. You can go check out the podcast. Steve comes in like him and Garcia. I think they get drunk before they come and do that show. They're hilarious. But he was asking about the possibility of Brady or Rodgers opening the 2022 season as the Niners starter. And should the Niners pursue either or focus on preparing Lance as planned? Young believes that even if Brady's talents diminish from last season's impressive 5,316 yards, 43 touchdown season, he's still among the best in the game. So that's what kills me about Brady. He passes for 5,000 yards, and he was like not really all the Tom Brady. Okay, what if? I understand it. He's 45. He's passed for that many yards. That's incredible. That's why they call him the GOAT. Steve said, quote, if I'm Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or anybody, Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo, I want to be here. I want to be here. This is the place. There's maybe one or two others you might consider about, but not really. None in the AFC. I don't want to go hang around fighting Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow and maybe Deshaun Watson, maybe Lamar Jackson. All those guys claw at each other every year trying to get to the Super Bowl. Boy, there's a fascinating point. That AFC is it's a jungle with nothing but predators all over the place. So yeah, it's true. And the AFC, in the NFC right now, if you want to go to the Super Bowl and you want to not be clawed at all the time, stay in the NFC. So if I'm going to be in the NFC and I'm going to pick one of the 16 teams that are ready, that's ready, the 49ers are that team, unquote. A lot of truth to that, isn't it? Young believes the benefits of bringing in a Brady or Rodgers outweighs the cost. Of course, it's not coming out of Steve's pocket. It's coming out of Jed York's pocket. So it's easy for him to say that. The Niners were talented enough to reach the NFC Championship game with JG. You could get a Super Bowl out of Brady. You might get a couple with Rodgers. Steve continued saying, quote, now with Trey Lance, we don't know, and Trey doesn't know. He goes on to say if Trey was ready, Trey would have played. Trey needs to get ready. And this offseason, this needs to be the biggest boot camp effort in his history to get him ready to be expansive, unquote. Timeout. Wasn't Steve screaming for Lance to get on the field all season long? What is going on at the end of the season here? Joe Montana, a little while ago, saying something similar. All of a sudden, Trey's not ready. And yes, of course, adding Brady or Rodgers would give Lance more time to perfect his craft. That's clearly obvious, right? But remember, as it has been brought up at this time every year since the crime was reported, the Niners had an opportunity to sign Brady in 2020, of which he is mad about. And they came on and said, no, Niners, neener. We gave you a chance to come and get us. Don't even talk to us. Now we're not coming there. That little thing we got last week when the Brady camp. I don't know if Brady had anything to do with it. Probably didn't. But them coming out and launching that little charade was just strange. Opted to stick with JG and then watch Tom Terrific go win a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They called to at least inquire about Rodgers before last year's draft, Young added. More. But here's the thing. Before I get into that quote, here's the thing. You Matt LaFleur, and it kind of damaged the friendship between Kyle and Matt. But, they got to, this is business, right? But Steve added, quote, but if you're asking me what I think of Aaron Rodgers coming or Tom Brady or Steve Young, he started joking, then he commenced to making jokes at the point in the conversation, which that he could still suit up and play for Coach Shanahan in an NFL game that better protects QBs compared to his playing days. Steve had a quote, what I'm saying is the Niners are that team, so yes. Yes, I'm not trying to encourage anything, but yes, if I have a chance to be good or great, the number one place I can do it is right here. It's already been proven to me. That's why, if you're Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, and that's the way they want to think about it, and you say, well, where would you go? The number one place is right now here, no question, unquote. These guys waffling back and forth is hilarious. Fam, I gotta tell you the truth. And we can be honest here, okay? No, there's no need to get mad at each other's opinions. But for me, I don't want Brady, Rodgers, or Steve. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I want Jimmy G to come back to camp and compete with Trey for the starting job. I feel like that's right, you know. But the fact of the matter is, they can't really afford it. And if Trey's ready, then goodbye, Jimmy. He'll beat Jimmy out and send him home, and we move on to bigger and better things. Because I still believe that JG is the guiding force of the Niners' offensive stability and great play when healthy. I don't care what anybody says. Those 2 or 3 or 4 throws that you don't like don't matter because he gets the rest of them done. And that's the ones that matter to me. And as I said, if Kowalski grabs that INT, this situation right now would really be difficult to even imagine. But it probably would exist, though, because they did give up 2 draft picks to trade up like they did. So Niners, I figure they probably would have won that Super Bowl had those things not been taken. See, because my problem I'm struggling with, I tell you the truth. How do you get to the NFC Championship? I wonder how many teams have done this. How many times do you get to the NFC Championship and a few weeks later talk about trading the quarterback for a guy that hasn't played yet? I just don't. What am I doing? Voice is going up, right? I remember my mom used to hate that. When I want someone trying to make a point, I don't. How many times I got to tell you I don't speak whine? So if you go whine, then go to bed. My mom did that till I was about 30 years old, you know. Yeah, so I'm saying, but what I'm saying is some things just don't work for me. And I'm just looking at that. So you make your choice between Brady and Rodgers or not. And we'd love to hear it. Matty S is out. Matty! Ben Oregon, go Niners. Trey Lance is not ready to take us all the way. Oh, Brandon Johnson. Thanks, Brandon. Hot take, Trey Lance MVP next year. See? A lot of people think that. I hope so, but I can't imagine it. The Daily Bird says Matt Ryan is under the radar. Ronbo, watch out. Why would I bring Matt Ryan here? He gets paid what? He's a $40 million. How much is Matt Ryan's cap hit? Is wild. Maybe though. I don't know. Because I don't know what goes through the mind of Kyle anymore. Kia 1967 bang Niner gang faithful to the end. Blade red and gold till I'm dead and cold. Let's go Niners. Yes. Jerome Davis, Ron BC, Niner blood, Niner breed. That's popping. Can we get a Niner gas a week like we scored a touchdown? BM, I don't know, I can't, that comes from emotion. I don't know if I could just do that. BM, let's stay with this. I'm going to try later, okay? Okay. Anyway, Jerome Davis, as I've been told by production to call you. Tito Perez. Oh my God, I'm not seeing Tito in forever. Is that Tito? To all, I'm not interested in Aaron Rodgers or Brady. Remember, we need to sign Debo and our big dog DE. Okay, we don't have cap room. We need to trade Jimmy. Get our line together. Also, this talk, we don't need them. No room, no cap. It's ridiculous. Also, that idiot on ESPN trade Jimmy. No problem. But also, T. Lance, what a joke. Tito, tell us how you really feel. Tito, and Ronbo, you don't like me anymore. It's Tito. No, I do. Tito, I never see you. I'm delighted you're even here. I didn't even know you were. I've not seen that name in forever. Come on, fam. It's my dog, man. I used to love talking to you. Tito comes out. That's amazing. Seriously, I haven't talked to him in like years. Haven't seen him in years. I thought Tito had left the 49ers and was rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs. Tito, I'm playing, man. Don't come at me, man, because you know I'm playing. I know you're forever in the red and gold. Woo! It's Papa. Wait a minute. Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here, Pop. Papa D. Papa's probably Bam and
Yeah.
Boom, probably. Well, I thought Bam
Yes.
and Boom were going wild, and you had to go jump in and referee.
Oh no.
Like
No.
my mom used to have to do when we was in the bedroom and told her to go to bed. Bam, boom. That's why you got them names. And she come in, what is going on in here? And we'd be laying up in bed. What? We just quit.
No,
But Pop,
I got
go ahead.
yeah.
You got what?
No. I was just listening to you, but yeah, go ahead. Talk some football, brother.
Yeah, I was. You up? Go ahead. Let's get into it. Is it Brady? Is it Rodgers? Is it Steve wants to come back and play?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously with you know, with Stafford coming in the first year, winning the Super Bowl, and the year before that was Brady.
Yeah,
Both those quarterbacks was linked to the San Francisco 49ers. So both quarterbacks that we could not get in the
went on to
past two
do
off
great
seasons have
things.
won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So um, that is very damning for the front office, in my opinion. That's also
Mm.
um, very damning for Jimmy Garoppolo because they have been trying to upgrade that position. Okay. Um, Now, we also know that Mac Jones was in the picture. He was in the picture until Shanahan started looking at all the quarterbacks' film and they fell in love with Trey Lance. And Mac Jones was still the guy. Remember, we heard all that drama coming out of the locker room about Mac Jones or
Wait.
was
Out of the
Mac Jones
locker
a
room?
bust?
Out of the locker room? I thought we
No,
heard it
I'm
from the
sorry.
media and
No,
everybody
no,
else.
media in the front office. Media in the
Okay.
front office,
Okay.
right? So everybody's like, oh, it's Mac Jones this, is Mac Jones that. But anybody that has ever looked at film professionally, now I'm not saying that I'm a scout, but I've sat down with
Yes, you were.
scouts and I've gone over film.
Yeah.
Well, I could probably, I'm
You
not
do
going to
good.
toot my horn
I
trying to
have
be a
faith in
scout.
you. I know how
I
you.
will say this.
If I was owner.
Yeah, I will say this. I will say this. When I did audio on the sidelines for ESPN for college, a lot
Okay.
of times I would pick out players on the sideline, and you could tell on the sideline what players kind of jump out at you.
Yep.
And you can say, oh, yeah, this guy can make a good pro. You see it. It's usually one or two or three guys usually on the field at that time. But it was eye opening for me because Trey Lance wasn't even on my radar at the time when I looked at everything. And when I
Mm.
looked at it, the guy I favored was Fields, but after I looked at it objectively, it was Lance all the way. And
Mm.
like I said, the reason for that is the kid what he has upstairs and he has physical gifts.
Mm.
So when people compare him to like Kaepernick, no, that's wrong. They're two totally different players. And upstairs, Lance is farther ahead. Okay.
Then Cap.
So, oh yeah, easy, way farther ahead.
Okay.
Now knowing what to do and doing it are two different things. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about readiness, and you are as ready as your preparedness is based on what you've done already.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So in other
Mm-hmm.
words, part of it is practice, but the biggest part of it is playing in games, which he's only played two
Mm-hmm.
in the NFL. You can't at this point. It's no point in looking at college anymore because he's played in the NFL, right? So now you have to look at what he's done now, what he's done at practice, and a lot of things that we've talked about since we've been going through this. It was, I'll have to say, I was somewhat accurate. I did say he'd make the biggest difference he would make on this team this year would be on the scout team. I was wrong about him starting. I thought he would start by week 10, and he almost did. And it wasn't necessarily a big slight to porn star Jimmy. It wasn't. It was just a situation where defenses were playing Jimmy and the 49ers different. So, as an example, I think I heard you just say that if we would have, if Tart would have caught that ball, then we'd be champions today. I'm not so sure. And the reason why I'm not so sure is because, Bengals are pretty good against the run. They shut the Rams all the way down. And
Yeah,
it
that's
forced
true.
and it forced them to have to win in the air without one of their receivers. Now, I think we all can agree that if OBJ was healthy the whole game, I think they probably would have beat them by like 15, maybe 20 points.
Yeah.
Um,
And,
but
and then again, I might have spoke out of turn because I forgot Trent Williams was not healthy because if he was, yeah, the Rams wouldn't have
yeah,
got away even if Tart misses that. But yeah,
there, yeah, a lot of things led to the downfall of the 49ers. But despite all of the negatives we had from a health standpoint, okay, we only lost by 3 points.
I know. That's why I said I need
So it's like,
Trey. That's all I need. I need Trey. I mean Trent
so
Williams, and yeah, I can run.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we were without our right tackle too. So
Yeah.
um, the reality is moving forward is that you have a choice to make. Do you contact Green Bay about Aaron Rodgers? Of course you
And make
do.
Matt
But
LaFleur
guess
mad
what?
again? Oh my lord.
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is this: as a businessman, as a general manager,
Yeah.
you always want
You
the
call
best
again.
available player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You make a
Yeah.
call to the Green Bay. But guess what? Green Bay's not taking anybody's calls on Aaron right now.
Anywhere. True.
Nobody's call. They're not taking nobody's calls. So
I
it
know.
doesn't matter what people can speculate. But the speculation is part of the fun, it's part of the media circus. And the
Yeah.
media circus is created. Okay, it's created when you have a number 3 overall pick on your team and you
Yeah.
have the starting quarterback on your team. It's always going to be a circus. Give Jimmy and give Trey a lot of credit for not making it any more of a circus.
Oh, they stayed out of
You know
it.
what
They
I'm
were
saying?
brilliant. They really were.
Right. And give Jed credit. Because they went to Jed and said, hey, we want to go quarterback here, but only way we want to go quarterback here is if we can keep Jimmy. When they gave him that permission to keep Jimmy,
Mm-hmm.
then that's what led them to trade.
Yeah.
If they said no, you got to cut this salary loose, then it would have probably been Mac Jones. I'm just being straight up.
No, that's a. You know what? That's an interesting parallel, and I can actually see where that might be possible because one hand they got the experiment, and Mac Jones is probably
Yes, sir.
something Kyle feels secure with, right? I,
Mac,
fam,
Mac, Mac
you
Jones
did
is
it again.
farther
A
ahead.
compelling subject matter, but we're out of time. that's that's hot. What ifs, and then you put like if this.
Yeah,
There's so many. Yes. Okay.
yeah. There's so many dynamics there. So,
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that later on. That's fun stuff. Under
all
what
right, man.
situation or scenario would create Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance? That's a whole show. All right, fam. Bam and boom.
The Jet.
See you. See you Sunday.
All right, man.
All right, fam.
Hey, like and subscribe to Rumble Sports.
Thanks, Bob. Have a great night, fam.
All right. You too,
Yeah.
brother.
Papa Dragon, man. TNT must be trying to get him. The boy brings the heat every time. It's always seriously on target. Oh, here comes Fly Guy. Watch him come up with something you never would imagine. Yo, Fly Guy.
Was good.
Yeah, Fly Guy, you were just talking about this the other day, as I remember. You were talking about bring Tom Brady in and stop all this foolishness. Fly Guy, now everybody's saying, look, it's Brady and Rodgers time. What y'all gonna do, Niners? And Pop just pointed out something very, 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 Stafford, we went after him. Brady, we went after him. Both of them have now gotten Lombardi's after having checked with us first, or we checked with them first.
Yeah.
So, Fly Guy, we got to give you a round of applause. But like I told you, though, Tom would come in. He'd introduce himself to Kyle. Hi, I'm Takem. This is my guys over, and we're here to take over. So Kyle, let us know where our stuff is. And listen, Kyle, have a seat. We'll get back to you in a bit. But I don't know if Kyle will go for that.
The stats speak for themselves. The stats, they speak for themselves. Look at what the damage he did last year. Look at that.
5,000 yards.
And 43 touchdowns, 43, and then you tell a guy, no, I don't want you. It's like, well, he too good for the job or something. You feel me? Like,
Actually, overqualified, right?
yeah, that's what it is. Like you don't want to hire you because you overqualified. But remember what I was saying about Brandon Ayuk, right? I was saying Brandon Ayuk is a down the field receiver. Guess what? He tweeted. He took a shot at Jimmy.
I heard about it.
Man, that's a shot at like open up the field, man. Because he's not. That's what he is. He's a down the field receiver. I understand that.
But Kyle's not gonna think too much of that because we don't know the real reason why. Jimmy runs the plays that Kyle tells him to run. So if Brandon was running downfield, and that may have been some of the reason why Kyle and Brandon had some problems early on because Brandon probably saying, "Why should I work? Y'all ain't gonna throw me the ball," and that's when there's a little falling out. I don't know. I'd like to know that whole story on that whole matter. I doubt very seriously whether Jimmy didn't want to throw the ball to him. But anyway,
no, it's not. It's not Jimmy that didn't want to throw it. It's like the play. That's why Kyle keeps saying Trey ain't ready. Trey ain't ready. It's not Trey that ain't ready. It's Kyle ain't ready for Trey because he got to change the playbook. He's not ready yet. He got the same old Jimmy G down in the middle. You can't run Trey like that.
Kyle likes that offense. And honestly, Fly Guy, we've won a lot of games with that offense, which is why don't expect Kyle to change that because NFC Championship, Super Bowl, big win, volume-wise, as long as Jimmy's been out there anyway. But, we're healthy, and they run that offense. It works. Not saying nothing else would work, but I mean, if it ain't broke, though, what are you fixing?
It's all right. The offense is all right, but it ain't special. Like it ain't like the real offense like back in the days when if we needed one play is an 80-yard touchdown or like we don't have those kind of plays no more.
But the game has changed too. Defenses are a little more active, a little more athletic, a little more quick. This is why Debo is like the perfect weapon now for today's NFL. Get him the ball anywhere on the field and he can do damage. George Kittle, same thing. And Ayuk is probably a throwback, like from what you just said, them days when you could throw the ball 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 yards downfield and have a receiver on the other end. You do that now, and there's a 50-50 chance that's going to get picked off, unless that receiver's got a real step on the defense, which is not normal anymore. You got to pick your times to do it. And that's the way that works. But I still need that 4-3 guy. I got to have that 4-2, 4-3, nearly 4-2. And then I'll let that thing fly. Can't nobody keep up with that dude. He'll get it. So, that's a scary thing.
Let me tell you one thing, Ronbo. Speed don't mean nothing. When you're a good receiver, speed don't mean nothing. Look at Jay Rice. He wasn't that fast. How many bumps he caught?
Deceptively fast. Jerry ran great routes and had a great rapport. A lot of it had to do with the scheme that was being ran. But did you ever see Jerry get caught from behind?
Nah.
And look back at any film. Jerry had football speed. He wouldn't go get caught. Him and Debo are alike. Once they get the ball in their hands, ain't nobody catching them from behind. So.
But I believe it's going to be Ayuk. Yeah, man, Ayuk gonna have a good year. Trust me. With Lentz and Ayuk,
I hope so.
Man, you gonna see.
Yeah, baby, it's predicted. I'm gonna be on the wagon. As soon as I see that stuff, I'm gonna be yelling louder than anybody else. But right now, all I do is just hope because like I say, we've been winning. We need to keep winning. If him and Ayuk ain't connecting or whatever the case is, I'm gonna say, oh man, here we go back to the dungeon.
What do you think we should draft?
What should we draft? Offensive line? Fly Guy, you know what I'm worried about? No matter who's the quarterback. Man, the quarterback can't work if he's picking himself off of the dirt every 2-3 seconds. And I'm really concerned about that. Because what's the name on the right side ain't going to get it done. And Williams has got to get back. Damn.
Yeah. I
So,
say
yeah.
we don't need nobody really. The whole team is complete on offense. Everything is there. Everything is there. Defense, we need some corners. That's what I can say. We need better corners than that can play 1-on-1.
Yeah. But I need some
That's why we
protection up
got
front.
beat.
I'm trying to figure out, Black Guy, which if you had a choice between the top offensive line in the draft and the top cornerback, what would you do?
I think the cornerback.
Okay, because the offensive
The
line is not going
cornerback
to be
is
there
not
when you come back. So, yeah.
no, I mean, the cornerback is not an easy position. That's why most of them don't make it.
That's true.
So you get the best player, you grab them.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because those corners, it's hard to play corners because there's a lot against you. You can't touch the receiver. You feel me?
Yeah, no, we watch it every year, fam. But you know what? Ambry Thomas shocked me. You know, because like in the beginning he looked awful, and then all of a sudden Ambry Thomas is out there winning Week 18. I said, look at that.
Yeah.
And I noticed when he got beat up in Tennessee, but he was right there. He was on top of the plate. I said, you know what? Ambry Thomas is this far from becoming somebody special, and I'll be damned, he is. I can't wait till next year. But anyway, fam, we done ran out of time with me talking too much again. Black Guy, get on back here, man. I'll see you Sunday, okay? All right, fam. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, I tell you, we're going to be, I mean, maybe not as bad as me, but I'm going to be worry, man. I worry and wave. I just, I don't want to
You and me both.
backslide. You know, I just, I'm used to this stuff. I love it. You know, and now all of a sudden, the 49ers are, as they watch Trey Lance grow, they're now 4-12, but they look forward to the future and big things coming. As we've seen from Trey Lance all year long, he shows promise. And guys, you know what? I can see me now. I'm going to go with it. I'll agree. But Tony, you know, Brady or Rodgers or what? I'm thinking out loud. Go ahead, Tony. It's all yours.
Well, if I had to pick between the two, I'd take Brady because he's got more rings.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to pick Rodgers, you may as well keep Jimmy.
He said it, not me. I already said it, didn't I? I'm telling you, Rodgers, he gets beat in the big game. How many times do we have to see it? Tony, how many times? I love the way he does regular season, but when it comes to time to get the big chip, I don't know.
Well, Jimmy owns him. You know, like it's like Jimmy hasn't beaten nobody. He's beat some of the best quarterbacks in the game.
And he's only had
But
two
a lot
chances.
of people don't understand. Oh, he can't throw the ball. What about
Here we come with the can't throw the ball over 5 feet and all that other crap. But
What
Tony,
about that 65-yard bomb to Emmanuel Sanders against the bloody Saints?
yeah. And he had
That's not far
he had
enough.
a 45-yard shot down to Debo this year, too. Nobody noticed that, though. But, Tony, here's the thing, though. If you're not going to – Jimmy's only had 2 shots at it. Rodgers had, what, 9, 10 already?
Look, I'm a bit worried too, Ron. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know that they said that Trey's got a really smart mind. It's not Trey that bothers me, but here's the thing.
I know it is.
All right? It's not Trey that bothers me.
Who is it, Tony?
You got to unleash the beast, all right? You can't just keep hitting it with a stick because you're the boss and you want it done your way, Mr. Kyle Shanahan. You've got to unleash the kid, all right? Look what McVay said. The quarterback screams at him and he welcomes it because there's something there that he does, that McVay misses.
Can't see
and
everything.
The quarterback notices.
Yeah.
It's better for both of them. All right? How did Tom Brady win a Super Bowl with the Bucks?
Running
he went
his own
there
show.
and he said, brother, I need this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, and I will personally sign a piece of paper in blood. I'll guarantee you a Super Bowl.
Boom.
Right?
And done.
Believe in me. Let me show you my craft with these boys around me, and we'll get there. And he's done it. Coach has to join, I've seen vision with Belichick sitting in Belichick's office with Tom Brady, looking at the computer, going over plays together. To me, that's a coach-quarterback relationship. Not standing on the sideline, the poor kid decides to go off schedule and makes a mistake, one mistake, big effing deal, and he comes off to the sideline and you're screaming at him like he's a little school kid.
Because I don't think Jimmy's an idiot. And you saw when Jimmy threw that INT that time. Kyle races down, and he never races down the sideline to go get any of his players. He got Jimmy's face and chastised him right there in front of everybody. Kyle,
I'm talking about Trey. I'm talking about Trey Lance.
I'm talking about Kyle in general. He believes so much in himself, Tony, that when you buck the system, you're pissing him off.
That's right. That's why I can't understand why people can't see that. I mean, there is a few that call your show that can see it. But like you said, once you buck the system against this guy gets all fucking nasty and pissed off and starts carrying on like a Fruit Loop. But I'm worried. I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried for Trey. I think he's probably possessed the skills. I'm worried that he hasn't played a lot of ball. And the other thing I'm worried about is when you practice, you've got no people. There's no pass rush, mate. There's no one rushing you.
They're not trying to kill you. They don't. They like you.
When you get out onto the NFL field and you've got these big monsters coming at you and putting you under pressure,
which is their
everything
job.
changes.
Yeah,
everything changes. The whole thing changes. Like I said before, I'm going to support him as much as I supported Jimmy, but I want Jimmy
He's our
to
quarterback.
I want Jimmy to go to a team that's that's as strong as ours, with a great with a great offensive line, and a few weapons here, and I'm really eager to see whether that guy.
ESPN's already picked that team out. ESPN's picked out the Colts, who have a fantastic running game. Quentin Nelson and company. I have a feeling what Jimmy G could do with that offensive line and that running back. Oh, the conversation would shift real quick about Jimmy Garoppolo. It's like they said on ESPN, the guy is a stable force out there running an offense. No matter what else you say about him, Jimmy G, he'll win. He'll win. He will.
I hope he does, because that'll shove it in Kyle's face. You know what I mean? And I don't want this to get misconstrued, but I'm a 49er fan, but I like Jimmy. I like the guy as a person. Yeah. I like his personality. I like his professionalism, and I think he was always I think his skill was always hampered by his coach. He needs a coach that will just let him run free a little bit. You know what I mean? If your quarterback comes up to you on the sideline, Ronbo, and says, "Ronbo, listen, man, we've got this guy, we've got Debo Samuel, blah 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 blah. I want to run this play and I want to throw it to Debo because these guys aren't watching this shit, right?" What are you going to say? All right, give it a go, bro.
I would
give it a go.
But I tell you what Shannon says. Let's stick to what we worked on all week, okay? And if I see something that similar to what you're talking about, we'll go in that direction. But let's stick to the script for now. And I think that's the kind of coach he is. Because as I said, I would come back, Coach. Man, I mean, Brandon's got a fish on him. Let me do it. And you see, Jimmy's so okay. Fine, I can do this. I got this. All right, you're fine. I got you. So that's the way it is, and that's why I'm glad to see him go. Actually, hopefully he does. But anyway,
what's going on with the NFL already? What are they talking about? Stafford going into the Hall of Fame? Are these people? Have they?
Of course they are. All you had to do is win one Super Bowl. Him and Aaron are going in for the same reason. But Stafford didn't do diddly squat for all this time. Tony, look at this. We're having too much fun. There's too many great conversations tonight. We got to go. I'll see you Sunday. All right.
Just quickly, I heard you say Tito's name. Tito, where are you, brother? You're one of the originals.
Hey, you
Call
know
up.
Tito.
I wanna hear
Okay,
your
yeah,
voice.
Tito, you've been with us for a while. That's right. Tito's. Yeah, we haven't seen him in
Yeah,
forever.
Tito's one of the originals.
I know. And he says, you don't like me. Of course I like you. I haven't talked to you in law forever. I don't even see him on social media. Tito!
No,
All right, Tony. Let's talk
All right.
later. Let's talk Sunday.
Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter, brother.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you. Talk to you later.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, yo, Naj. Naja. Naj. Naj. All right, let's get over to Shabazz. Oh, boy, I can't wait to hear from Shabazz on this matter, boy. Shabazz!
Ronbo, what's going on, baby?
Shabazz, you know how we do each and every year, 5 minutes after the Super Bowl, if we didn't win it, and we didn't, we need to get Brady or Rodgers in here right now. You know, Shabazz, I mean, entertain this thought for a second. Have we making a mistake by not giving up all we got to get both these people? Because, quite frankly, Green Bay is not, just for fantasy's sake, Green Bay is not about to give the 49ers no chance to get Aaron Rodgers. If he gets Aaron Rodgers, it'll be from their cold, dead hands. Was that from that movie? If they get, Brady, it'll be because Tom went and talked Tampa Bay somehow into letting him go. But otherwise, what are you thinking, though? Is this what you want?
No, because it's not going to happen. Brady's already said that he's upset with us because we hurt his feelings 2 years ago.
Grown ass man.
So, okay, reasonably so. I understand Tom on that one. I wanted Tom. I would have loved to have him 2 years ago. I don't want him now. If we could pull a rabbit out of a monkey's hat's butt, then I would love to have Aaron Rodgers, but that's not going to happen. That would be the only way I would want Trey to sit for a year. But other than that, no. I hear all the callers talking about he ain't faced the NFL pass rush. He ain't faced it. He ain't faced it. He has. He played 2 games. Arizona was the best team in the God-blessed league at the time, and they were at full strength with Hopkins, with Murray, with J.J. Watt. They beat us 17-10. Go back and watch that game, Niner fans. He's gotten to the red zone 4 times, and our dumbass coach didn't kick a field goal. If Kyle would have kicked 2 field goals, that game would have been way different. So he had a game, Ronbo. And with bad play calling, he had a game against, at that time, the best team in the NFL. Then, when it was all on the line, after the Texans came from upsetting the Chargers team the week before, came in playing really good on a high note, trying to spoil our season so we wouldn't make the playoffs. He started and he won the game. He's going to be all right. And all you got to do is make him a game manager. So everybody needs to calm down, man. It's like this fan base is so divided because everybody either hated Jimmy or loved Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy was what he was. I said afterwards, thank you, Jimmy. I wish you the best of success. And there it is. We just got to keep going.
And the media is perpetuating it hardcore right now, too. You look at Steve, who just said what he said. You got Joe saying what he said. ESPN is going on this hard. Well, especially Ryan Clark just insulted Trey last week. So, this is the media-driven thing. This could be the theme for this year's offseason. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's because they love to hate us, not Dallas. We're the exact opposite of Dallas. They love a sorry quarterback in Dak Prescott and the Cowgirls.
Right? Oh, don't get me started on Dak. Boy.
They hate us.
He gets rated like he's the best thing that ever happened in Dallas. I'm saying, hey, y'all. Okay, Dak can get his butt beat, not beat a team over 500, and get all kind of love. Come on, man.
All
what is that?
Praise. Dak should be paid $75 million a year. Dak should be this. But hey, Ronbo, we have to face this, that we are what we are. Everybody in the NFL since the 80s and right now has hated us and are jealous of us.
Yep.
That's what it is. They don't give Debo his props. Nick Bosa didn't even get 2 votes for comeback player of the year.
That left a scar. That really bothered me. My God. Not even in the conversation.
Disrespectful, Ronbo. Ronbo is disrespectful, okay? It's an atrocity that it took Brian Young this long to get in the Hall of Fame. It's an atrocity that Roger Craig is in the Hall of Fame. John Taylor is on a 1980s all-decade team. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Roger Craig's not in the Hall of Fame. Ricky Waters not in the Hall of Fame. Why? Because they all are 49ers. The only reason they didn't put T.O. in first ballot is because he started with the red and gold. They hate us, man. It's obvious. From the refs to everybody else in the league.
And T.O. mounted a campaign that embarrassed the writers and all the people involved in making that vote. T.O. went to the Hall of Fame to visit, not a day one. I said, T.O., you're the standard. When you get mistreated by the Hall of Fame like so many people do, then act a fool. Act a fool. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to lose. At that point, you're not playing football anymore anyway.
Ronbo, I promise y'all, all y'all that's listening to this recorded, Shabazz said it. When Luke Kuechly comes up, he will be first ballot. Then go Google Luke Kuechly numbers next to Patrick Willis. They are identical. They're not off by a tackle. The numbers are identical. They both were Defensive Rookie of the Year at linebacker. They both led a team to the Super Bowl. They got the same amount of returns for touchdowns for pick sixes. They get the same amount of tackles, the same amount of sacks. Luke Kuechly will go in first ballot and won't nobody say a God-blessed word.
They'll think it was the right thing to do. Because as far as I'm concerned, Shabazz, you bring up Luke Kuechly, I thought Navarro Bowman got abused on a couple of occasions playing the same years, and Navarro Bowman not hurt that knee yet. Can you tell me that Kuechly was out playing Bowman? I don't think so. Oh.
Hey, Ronbo, this is the media that don't like us. This is a Deion Sanders that's ungrateful, but it's ungrateful. But won his first Super Bowl in San Francisco, and he's loyal to a bunch of. I'm not gonna even say because there may be kids listening to this program in Dallas, But hey, man, it's a joke. The media is a joke when it comes to us. The NFL is a joke when it comes to us, and it's disrespectful. But you know what? So Super Bowl 57 here in Arizona, that young man, if he just manages us correctly and we don't have any injuries, God forbid, we're going to be back there, Ronbo.
Shabazz, that's asking too much. The injuries is too much to ask for. We go get injured. I made up my mind to not expect anything else because I get my feelings hurt year after year. So you know what? I'm ready. When they come, when I see them carrying people off the field. All right, Shabazz. Appreciate you, fam. You know this. Always love to hear from you.
I'm going to tap in, and their Brady train is passed. So if we can somehow magically flip Rodgers, I'll take Rodgers. But I don't want to be near Tom.
Especially after he crying like he is. All right, fam. Shabazz, I'll be back Sunday if you got time to talk some 49ers football. All right?
All right. Well, we'll check you in.
Thanks, fam. Night.
Yep.
That's what I love about this program. We have some of the most colorful characters in the world calling here, man. I mean, everybody calls it. This personalities is just, I love you, too. And Not in My Nature 88, he says, what's up? Did you see Sir Lance slinging it on Twitter the other day? Sir Lance, is that a crown? Of the NFC? King of the NFC? No, I saw that. Wasn't that a practice tape? He did look good in that throw to Debo, though, in that game, though. That was hot. That was one of his better throws, and I did appreciate. And he got it out on time, perfect timing. He has that ability. I just want to know, is he going to be able to do that? And if I see that, I'm all over it, boy. I tell you, Debo. I mean, Trey Lance, come on down. And Dre, San Francisco's Dre.
What's going down, Ronbo? You know I come and make my appearance.
All right. So listen, I'm making a joke out of the annual event of no matter what else, we're going to go after Brady and Rodgers. Now, it just made me laugh when I read it because here we go, boy, Brady and Rodgers time.
When I call in, Ronbo, I speak on the behalf of the city where they come from. So let me go ahead again and speak on the behalf of the city where they come from. For those who don't know.
San Francisco.
Well, yeah, the heart of it, But let's get into it, Ronbo. Let's say Tom Brady. I would love to have Tom Brady 2 years ago. I would have, but he's been crying on social media as of late, and we heard his feelings. Yeah, very loud.
Mistreated me.
So I don't know if
I
he
tried
would
to get
throw
there. You
us,
wouldn't let me in.
I don't know if he would throw the games if he came in to play, so I really don't want him. Aaron, come on now. They didn't hear from us on draft day or the day before draft day. What makes y'all think that they're going to trade him to us now?
Oh, I
We're
know
in
they're
the
not.
same division.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
AFC maybe.
I mean, people act like they smoking the weed, Ronbo.
And it ain't even good.
Everybody
It ain't even
high
high
in here.
grade.
I just want to know. It ain't even the good kind. I mean, damn, they need some recommendations. Holla at me. You know, Ronbo, I got the best right here, right now. I'm waiting. Oh, sorry. Okay, back to football. But yeah, like I said, everybody high in here. I mean, let's get ready for Trey. We seen what he did on the practice tape, and so what? That we looking at what he had available to him. You know, just like you would take what the defense have available to you on the field. So what was available to him at the time was practice time. There's only so much you're going to learn sitting on that sideline with that clipboard. You got to get in a line of action. Ain't no, I mean, come on now. We thank Jimmy. We salute him. This fan base is one of the most loyalist fan bases I ever seen to somebody. The team that drafted him wasn't that loyal to him. Like, for real, I talked to a real Patriot fan and a real old guy. He was about 80. And he was like, when they traded Jimmy, I was happy. I said, why? Because we had Tom. I said, yeah, we made that big mistake when we passed up on him when he called us. Damn, Niners.
Hey, but remember, Dre, they called Belichick first and asked for Tom. Lynch wouldn't play him, and then Belichick said, no. You know, and then they got Jimmy.
Well, I mean, is that the way it was? Because the way I heard it was that
that's well documented. You can just Google it up.
Okay.
John Lynch pursues Tom Brady. Belichick, I don't know if Belichick took him seriously or not, but I think Tom was. I mean, John was serious.
I never thought that Tom was going to come here, so I thought it was all clickbait.
But it wasn't going to be his choice if they traded him. I don't know if Tom has a no trade clause or not, but at that time, I don't know if he had a choice. That was 5 years ago. Maybe he did.
Oh, okay.
You know what? The owner wasn't going for it. Anyway, what's the owner's name in Patriotville? Yeah, he wasn't. It was never going to happen. Even Belichick wanted it to happen. And by the way,
Robert Kraft or something.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. By the way, Belichick did want to move from Tom. He liked Jimmy. He still likes Jimmy. He said he would have used him different than
That's
Kyle
what I was saying.
did.
Are you sure it was Belichick that said no and not Kraft?
Well, Belichick knows who his boss is, right? And if he'd traded Tom and Kraft would have found out about it, Belichick would have been next to leave. And Belichick and Kraft would have called San Francisco. Listen, he was way out of line. That deal, I'm not going to endorse that deal. No, that would be into that, you know.
Right. Oh yeah, Ronbo, that's what the San Francisco faithful want me to ask you for us out here in the city. We wanted to ask everybody in the rest of the faithful in the world, including yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all rather have Trey start next year and start our journey now to go towards the Super Bowl and look forward? Because the kid got talent. It's undisputable. He won his first game already. I'm waiting on him to come out and set this league on fire. I know we all know he's going to have his woes. Ronbo, come on now. That's given he's a rookie. But, I mean, he got so much to prove to Steve, to Joe, to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Including people that call in here and just bash him on Twitter for no reason, like he didn't play 4 games. You know what I'm saying?
Drake,
so he got a lot to prove.
I can answer that real quickly for you because we're going to run out of time. But listen, it's not about what we've seen so far. It's his time spent. You know, it takes a little while to build a reputation. When he comes in and builds that reputation, trust me, everybody whoever's got any doubts will be erased. But in the meantime, you know, you're concerned. We haven't been a losing team.
So like my dad said to Axe, he said, when did you know that the Niners was ready to move on from Joe and play Steve?
That still is a bad taste in most people's mouth. You know, because Joe went to Kansas City and made them relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you know.
But exactly, but still, Steve came in and dominated, so we got to give him the man his props.
He got booed for a minute.
We would have never known.
He didn't come in and dominate immediately. You know, these
I
are
know,
things
but my dad
teams
said-
have to go
said-
through
he
that.
said-
And
I know,
and-
but he said we would have never known if Steve was ready to become the legend he is today if they didn't move on from Joe. Sure, plenty of people didn't like the move, but it still had to happen for another legend to come in.
Yeah, and Steve,
You know,
Steve will tell you himself. This is the way it goes for quarterbacks. They try to trade Steve to the Raiders. So, you know, and in a few years, Trey's probably going to get similar treatment. And this is the way it goes with quarterbacks. When it happens,
I hope they don't come before it's time.
When it happens, it's always traumatic.
Go ahead, Ronbo.
No, I'm just saying, when it happens, though, it's always traumatic. But we got to wrap.
Okay, but before I gotta go, I want to say this to the faithful. Don't come in there and boo that boy. He a kid, man. Let's get that boy all the confidence in the world. You feel me? We a new faithful regime. We is not the same faithful from back in the day. You feel me? And y'all have a blessed night. Stay safe and masked up.
All right. Good stuff, Drake. Talk to you later, fam.
All right.
Here he is. It's Shardal. Shardal, come on in, man.
Hey, Ronbo.
How you doing tonight?
How's your night going? I'm also really loving all your content. You're doing a really great job.
Well, thanks, Shardal. I always appreciate those compliments, by the way. Thank you so much.
I don't agree why everybody wants Tom Brady to come out of retirement and play for the 49ers. And that isn't going to happen. So stop talking all that because I've had enough of that. I'm also understand why people make these nonsensical takes. And if someone says something, then I would feel like punching them in the face. Because they have to stop saying. Because they have to stop saying that. What?
I'm just gonna say, if we don't win the Super Bowl next year, expect the Tom Brady time to come back up again next year at the same time, guaranteed.
Because they have to stop saying that bullshit ever again, and it should not be a topic of conversation. I'm absolutely fed of it, and it makes me really upset that people are talking that Tom Brady will come out of retirement. It's never gonna happen. So stop mentioning it because it's never gonna happen. Okay, like you cannot bring the dead people back. Like somebody's dead, you can't bring him back. It doesn't happen. So if anybody's saying that, like we're gonna get Rodgers, we're gonna get Brady, stop it. It's not going to happen. So stop even, mentioning it because, I mean, I know that I know the positive sides that we want somebody like Brady, but he's already retired. We have Lance now. We don't need Brady. I mean,
Brady, you don't want Rodgers either, huh?
What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I just mentioned earlier. It's a joke to me. You know, these guys, I already know the problems with Tom Brady being in a Kyle Shanahan team. It's like trying to pour water and oil together and thinking they're not going to separate. It's not going to happen. Tom Brady is not about to put up with Kyle Shanahan, and Kyle's not about to put up with Tom. So, it's not going to happen. And I bet you, I say something else, Shardal. After Kyle found out that Lynch asked Belichick about Tom, he probably said you were kidding, right? I'm sure he told you no. Yeah. So, Go ahead.
To me, this situation, coming to San Francisco, it's kind of like pouring water on a fire. Just going to make the fire go bigger. You're not going to contain the ring.
Yeah.
Reduce it. It's exactly like that.
And also, you got to start all over again with the offense if you bring in a guy like Brady, because Brady's not going to want to run Kyle's offense, not completely. Brady wants to throw the ball, and Kyle wants to run the ball. So now what are you going to do? Well, Tom, we're going to run the ball. What? But I'm Tom Brady. And like he does in that commercial. I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's another scenario that really shocked me is that people are saying that Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo and try and get Aaron Rodgers. What are you saying?
That's my favorite.
What are you saying? That's not going to happen, man. That's hypothetical, man. Stop.
It's not even hypothetical. It's a joke. That was Ryan Clark. Yeah.
Like, why would Ryan Clark make that comment? Like, trade Trey Lance and trade Jimmy Garoppolo, trade both of them, and get Aaron Rodgers in a trade.
And they probably say, but you guys got to take Jordan Love too. So you know, no, you guys have to keep Love. Yeah.
So when I think of Ryan Clark, I'm so mad at him. I'm gonna bring him on my channel and bash him on my channel.
You get him, Shardall.
I'm gonna say you, Ryan Clark, stop saying all that, okay? Stop saying that nonsense, okay? I'm a Niner fan. I'm not gonna take that from you, okay? Stop saying that, okay? You understand? Stop saying that.
Write him an email. Write him an email, Shardall.
I want to bash you.
I wrote him an email once when he said something.
Right to say that.
In 2019, he'll respond. Shardall, we got to go though, fam. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'll be back Sunday, hoping to hear from you.
But before I leave, I have Ryan Clark that before you say anything, you have to make you not be saying ridiculous things. That so make sure you know what you're saying before you open up your mouth, because when you open up your
All right, Shardall. We got it. We're gonna go. I'm gonna see.
Saying it's like it's. But I'll see you on Sunday. We can talk more football then.
Looking forward to it. All right. Night, Shardall.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye. And JC3771. Hey, guys, when you call in, don't unmute because we go by turns just to avoid this. I'm sorry. So don't unmute. We'll get you as soon as we in rotation, okay? Appreciate it, fam. JC says, Ronbo, I keep forgetting about the Brady, the 49ers talk, but it keeps popping up. See, JC, it's going to be back next year. It's not going away. So we shall see, however. Do you think it makes sense to bring Tommy home? I mean, it would have been 6-7 years ago, you know, when we were looking like poo-poo. Be ham.
Ronbo, what it is, my boy?
It's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers time. Be ham, you know this. This is that time of year, like Christmas, Halloween, and Thanksgiving, and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers time. It's an annual event. We're doing it again. Be ham. Do you want either of the chosen ones? The ones we missed in the draft? The ones that we messed around and didn't pick up when we should have? Call me Reverend Ron. And as we move on, I'm going to bring in the Deacon Beham. What is your feelings on this?
Look at it like this, Ronbo. Gave up 2 first-round picks.
Beham, get in your mic. Are you on the road?
My bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little better now.
I said we gave up 2 first-round picks to get a kid.
2.
Went to North Dakota State.
Not 1, 2. Yep.
Yeah. He went to North Dakota State. I think he played 17 games as a college quarterback. He was they say safety in high school. I'm still stuck on that.
Yeah.
Safety in high school.
Well, he's athletic.
So,
yeah.
Athletic. I mean, a lot of people didn't want Jimmy this year, Ronbo, but Jimmy took us to an NFC championship. I mean, I just don't know, Ronbo, man. If it comes down to Brady, the man is retired. So I don't see what in the hell are we gonna do, because we're gonna have to trade for him. So you got to look at it like this.
Yeah, I can just let him go.
Right. So let's just go and kill all the bull crap right here, Ronbo. Aaron Rodgers is a free agent, correct?
Yeah. No, Aaron. No, Aaron's not.
He's still under contract? I thought he was a free agent.
You know, somebody asked that question the other day. Anybody in the chat that knows his contract situation? I don't know. Because why do people keep talking about him like he is? I thought he just got a new contract last year.
I think he is a free agent. I think he is a free agent, and the problem is if he goes anywhere, he won't his Devontae Adams to follow him. He wants to go wherever Devontae goes. So that's why, if I'm not wrong, he is a free agent. Yeah, for real. So you got to look at it like this. If that being so,
God forbid he is not a free agent. That means we got to trade for him. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So let's just not, like Nine and Mike say, let's just forget about that and knock that out the wonder, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying?
BM is going to come back next year, fam. I'm telling you right now.
Hey,
If we don't win the Super Bowl
may
next
come
year,
back.
Brady and Rodgers' name will come up again. I don't care if Tom can be 53 years old and they still be saying, we still get Tom Brady. Would y'all stop with that? The man's mind is not on football. Oh.
I got news for you, Ronbo. We're not winning the Super Bowl next year. As much as I want to believe in us, I don't see it happening with the kid who only played 2 NFL games, and that's all we got to go off of. You want him to take us to a Super Bowl in his first full season starting? Next year, this time, we're going to be having the same conversations about what we should have did, what we should have drafted, what we could have got, what we should have went after, what we need, what we don't need. They're going to blame Kyle. A lot of people is going to blame Trey. Some folks is going to, you can imagine the conversations we're going to be talking about this time next year.
Because we do this we've been doing this, it goes back, it goes back so far.
It's gonna piss me off real bad if we don't go out and get a deep threat. I don't care what a lot of people say. Hey man, Brandy, I heard a guy say something about Brandon Ayuk earlier. Hey man, he ain't out.
You don't need speed to run a deep route. You do.
Hey, listen, man. That dude, these ain't college players you playing against, man. These dudes are professionals just like him. And a lot of these cornerbacks are faster than most of our receivers.
Oh, we got one.
So,
Ambry runs 4.3.
Who are we getting away from? We got to have some kind of breakout speed. If we don't draft a breakout speed, we're gonna put Trey Lance out there, and at the end of the year next year, if we're not in the Super Bowl or we don't win, they're gonna be talking about what Trey Lance went out here and did wrong. Some gonna be talking about what he did right, but at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna want to own up to the fact that we need a speedster. We got to keep the defense honest, man.
Got it.
They're not honest with what we're doing.
Throwing that ball down.
They're always the safeties are always gonna cheat down because they know we're gonna run the ball. And they know our receivers are not outrunning no one.
See?
Period.
Hey, and BM, that's a great point because that's how they shut Patrick Mahomes down. Remember early in the season, all of a sudden the Chiefs can't move the ball? They went to cover 2. And that just negated everything. There's always clever minds and defensive side of the ball that are going to figure out. You keep throwing that ball downfield. They stopped the Chiefs for about 3 or 4 games there. And I said, you see, I knew they was going to finally figure that out because you can't go to Trey, what's the name, all the time and think that's going to work and ain't got no running game. They did lose a running back, though, at the same time.
I'm gonna say this right here, Ronbo. I think we're gonna keep Mostert because if you notice when we start putting Debo in the backfield, the running back start going to the wide receiver position. One thing I do know is Mostert is the fastest player we had on our team. So if we do keep him, I won't be surprised if they go to doing that same scheme, but go to lining up Mostert at wide receiver. Hey, who knows?
Look at you, B. Ham, coaching. Remember against the
Who
Saints?
knows?
Remember Mostert was downfield all by himself when Manuel Sanders threw that pass to him? There wasn't nobody near him. He had been down there for 15 minutes. That boy got speed.
Hey, well, I play like that. I play like that in Madden, Rumble. I mean, that's the only speed we got on. Hey, that's the only speed we got on the team, man. You gotta improvise.
No, we're trying. BM, we gotta go. Production's giving me breaks, giving me trouble. So let me see you Sunday if you got time. You on the road?
Okay.
All right, fam.
Yeah. I'm on the road. I'm heading home, man.
All right, be careful out there. Look forward to hearing from you Sunday.
All right, bet.
All right, fam. And let's come on back and see if Naj is available. Hey, yo, Naj. Oh, area code is 925. 925.
Mr. Ronbo.
Yeah, yes. And who is this?
Man, this is your biggest Jimmy G critic on Twitter. I'll give you 3 guesses.
There's about
you've been arguing.
You're in a group of about 30 or 40 that I know of.
Really?
Oh, Jimmy
Well, try
G
like 15 replies in a row on Twitter. How's that? Does that ring a bell? And you've talked to me before.
Oh,
This is Tarek, man.
Getty. 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 Is that right?
No.
It's who? Wait,
This
who?
is
Oh, you
Tarek.
said. It's who?
Tarek?
Oh, Tariq.
The goofy
I
guy?
always call you the wrong way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why. Tariq and I have been going back and forth about Jimmy for a lot.
For a while,
Tariq,
man.
I
How you doing,
saw
man?
you
Hope you're
ask,
doing good.
and I saw you ask me on Twitter about Tom Brady. Tariq, okay, give me. I just been talking about how I feel about Tom Brady. Go ahead, Tariq. And are you a Tom Brady advocate?
Oh, man. A lot of people talk a lot of football, but they honestly, and you know this, a lot of people just don't know anything about football, man. Like they throw things around and they have no idea how it works, unfortunately. I mean, who doesn't want Tom Brady? You know, who doesn't want Aaron Rodgers? I mean, while we're at it, why don't we trade for Mahomes? What's the problem? You know, why stop with these guys, right? I mean, they're about to be like 50, so let's go for Mahomes, right? I mean, but the thing is,
At least
like,
not 50.
okay, you know what I mean? I mean, shoot for the stars. But I'm a huge Trey Lance fan, as you know, as I've told you that many times.
Yes, you have.
In our conversations. I'm ready for Trey Lance, but I mean, you know, and the thing with Rodgers, I mean, honestly, for me, Brady is a no conversation. I don't think there's no way in hell he's coming here, and he's not. I mean, he's retired. I mean, let's just leave it at that. He's retired. People need to just understand.
And his wife is involved, Tariq. You know how that is?
His wife is involved.
You don't get to just tell the wife, look, I know what we talked about, but I'm going to go play football. I'm going to go back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Tom.
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, like, yeah, it's just not going to happen. I mean, the guy just retired, and people are already dragging him back. And it's not like he's a free agent. You still have to do something with Tampa Bay. Let's say he decides to come back, right?
And
then with
just
Rodgers,
to add to that,
yeah,
he's still on there. They didn't retire Tom in Tampa Bay. They didn't retire him.
Exactly.
His status is still can come back.
Exactly. And that's what people don't understand. And then for me personally, this will be an ideal situation, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's what matters. My thing would be like if we could like somehow, some way, you know, get Rodgers for like 2 years and have Trey sit behind him for 1 year. And then, you know, if we win a Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure Rodgers is going to walk and retire, right?
Yeah,
that would be the ideal situation, but it's just not going to happen. But here's the thing. Let's say for it to happen, how are we going to get him? What are you going to get them with? What do you have to offer them?
Let me help you with that. You're going to give up Debo, you're going to give up Nick, or you're going to give up
exactly.
Fred, or you have to give up George. You're not going to get away with that without a cut.
Bingo. And you've literally owned this franchise for the last 10 years. I mean, you've mollywopped these guys for 4 years. I mean, seriously, Aaron Rodgers could have, you know, 3 or 4 more rings, like at least 2 more rings if the Niners are not in his way over the last 10 years. We've stopped him 4 times from going to the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
And you think that all of a sudden the Packers are just going to say, well, you know what? You just beat the hell out of us 3 weeks ago. Let's just go ahead. Let us give you our MVP, and you just give us a couple of third-round picks or something. I mean, how are we going to do that, man?
And
especially this year when we have nothing to offer.
And there we are. We get to the NFC Championship, and Rodgers gets beaten up again. We said, oh, we saw this coming a mile away. He doesn't win this game ever. You know, he did one time, and that was years ago. You know,
right. And the thing is I'm a big fan of Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody is. He's glitz and glimmer.
After the regular season game, when the way him and his coach celebrated after they kicked that field goal, I became a huge enemy of that team again. Right? Like I was a huge enemy in the '90s, and when the way they celebrated that win, and they deserved it, whatever. Yeah. It just something really stuck with me. It really bothered me. And when we beat them, I swear you can ask my wife. I lost my freaking mind when we kicked that field goal in the playoff game a couple of weeks ago, because I was like, you mother effers. I was like, this is what you get, so jacked up. And I know a lot of people were.
Yeah.
So, but still, I like Rodgers. I mean, it'll be awesome to have him here. But the thing is that people don't understand, even if they decide to trade him for you, like you said, they're going to say, give us Nick or give us Fred or give us Kittle. I mean, they'll go give us half of your superstars, and then we'll give you a 37-year-old.
Yeah.
And people have no answers, man.
Yeah, there's no answer for that. Absolutely true. So that's what I'm saying. And it's not going to stop there, because Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback. So, listen, we'll take George Kittle. You guys don't have a first-round pick until 2023. Is that right? So we'll take that.
Right.
We'll take a third-rounder this year, okay, and call it a day. And all they would hear from me on the phone, I'm not doing that deal.
Yep, that's right. And then let's just say somehow, some way, we're able to keep our main guys. Let's say we give them something. Okay, how are you gonna? Okay, you're gonna give $30+ million to Rodgers. How are you gonna extend Nick Bosa? How are you gonna extend Debo? How are you gonna do that? How are you making this happen?
Tariq, you're making too much sense. We're going to run out of time, though. And,
Good talking to you, brother.
To you. Since we were always, Tariq and I always get into long, sometimes nasty exchanges. But Tariq, I love you, man. It's just football.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Of course, man. Take care, man. Good talking to you.
Talk to you later. Night, Tariq.
All right, buddy.
And it looks like it's Trey from VA. Get in there, Trey. I can't believe we caught Trey not ready. Especially that long intro. Ron Niner, hey, listen, let me get one thing straight, people. When I say we got to go, it has nothing to do with any more than the time. Stop with that BS. You can't talk for 15 to 20 minutes. We have to go to the next phone caller. I hate that. Ron and Niner, stop it. Just stop it. Take an aspirin, lay down, and relax. All right, Trey, go ahead, man.
What's good, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
We're back at that time of year. You know how I love off season, so we can get into Brady and Rodgers coming to San Francisco.
Ronbo.
Yeah.
Come on, sir. And I've been listening for weeks. I've been listening, just trying to get a grasp of what everybody wants to say. And it's been way too cute and cuddly around it.
Trey, get into your mic.
Just wait.
You're not loud enough.
You have contributed.
I have.
All right. All of these fans that are hanging on to
guilty
failed expectation. I mean, did we win the Super Bowl with Jimmy G? The way we were throwing roses and parades, I could have sworn we won the big game. Okay.
I don't remember anybody throwing roses and parade. I thought I saw depression, anger.
I mean, guys are crying on your line, Ronbo. Guys are shedding tears.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to understand. Cute and cuddly. Suicide watch is a thing. Go ahead.
Here's the good news, Ronbo. We are lucky to have the number one pick in this year's draft. Oh, I'm excuse. What? You like what? What did he say?
Yeah,
guys,
that's what I was going to say.
We traded two number. If Trey Lance was in this draft this year, it doesn't matter if the Jaguars had the number one pick. Detroit would be trading up to get Trey Lance. He would be a lion come hell or high water because there's nobody in the draft. What we did was we stole a year. Peep game, Ronbo. Peep game. We stole a year. He's in our system. He's in our playbook. Trey Lance doesn't have to learn the playbook next year, guys. Check.
True.
Trey Lance has played on the field. Ronbo, he played 2 games.
True.
And as a matter of fact, I need an installment.
And now it's Friday. It matters not. It's time for Let Me Holler at You.
I tell you what, Ronbo. And this is the off season, so this is when you're going to get a little bit of T on T. A little T on T crime. Big Show. Enough already. Enough already with these false narratives. We all know you wanted Mac Jones, buddy. We all know it. But here's the thing, though. Kyle Shanahan had a chance to get him, and he said, no, thank you.
I'll take another. He took the guy that he wanted, Ronbo. So when Show comes on here, and when people like Show come on here, what do they say? Slow release, slow to process, can't really get it going, inferior competition, hasn't played enough games. He's played 2.5 games of NFL football. I don't care about what he did in college anymore. I've seen it. Here's the funny thing about it, though, Ronbo. Would you believe, and this is the craziest
Trey,
part about it, Ronbo,
get back in the mic. I want to hear this.
I'm sorry. Would you believe? Can you hear me? Are we here?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, go ahead.
Are we good? Okay. So would you believe, Ronbo? Would you believe that Trey Lance averaged the most air yards, 11.5, and the most yards on air, 205, out of any quarterback in the Shanahan era in the last 3 years, in any game? In any game, Ronbo. In any game. This man threw for a first down every time he threw the ball against the Falcons. And people want to poo-poo that game, Ronbo. If we lose that game, we don't make the playoffs. The Saints are on our ass.
The Falcons?
Right or wrong?
Wait, did you say the Falcons?
Excuse me, the Texans. If we lose to the Texans, I'm sorry. If we lose to the Texans, we're not in the playoffs. The Saints are on our ass. One game and we're out. That's a win in end game. There was a lot of pressure on that young man to make the play, right? We had to have that, right?
Yeah.
And then people say that Shanahan doesn't go deep. I saw deep balls to Debo in that play. I mean, that game, did you remember that pass to Ayuk on the sideline where only Trey Lance could fit the ball? And the point is this. Trey Lance has poise. He showed you that from his first start to his second start. Growth from his first start to his second start.
I will concur. Because that
yards,
game against the Cardinals,
most yards
I was not impressed. But, yeah, he looked better in Texas.
Ronbo, he had a better game through the air than Jimmy G has ever had in the last 3 years, Ronbo. That's a stat. That's proven. That's a fact. And the boy only played in his second start. So when we get excited, it's not false bravado because we know he's just hitting the tip of the iceberg. We don't think that he's going to be perfect and he's never going to lose a game. But here's the funny thing. We've got 49er fans waiting for him to lose, waiting for him to throw an interception, waiting just so they can.
No, wait a minute. Now, don't get on that because you was one of those. I know maybe not you, but there's a lot of Jimmy
how about
people
this? I'll
who hope that
this,
Jimmy
Ronbo.
would lose every week, too, even though they're 49er fans. I don't think you do that.
You know why, though, Ronbo? You know why that is? After 8 years of NFL play, we kind of know who you are.
8 years?
We kind of know who you are. Jimmy G, 8 years in the NFL. We kind of know who you are.
No, you don't. Jimmy G's got 5 seasons off the bench. When you're sitting down behind Tom Brady, you're not playing. For sure, you're not going to get a chance.
And how many
to play.
seasons on IR, Ronbo?
Too many.
Yeah.
But when he did play, what happened?
When he did play, I'll tell you this: Jimmy G is the greatest tease ever. He'll get you right up to that point. And fellas, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey,
and we're gonna get out of here on that note.
Okay. Because that's the same thing
Rob,
about Aaron Rodgers, but he gets number love.
I was going to take it somewhere. Kids don't need to. All I'm saying is this, all right? We have got our guy in our system. Shanahan's going to unleash him. And stop this. He doesn't want to throw deep stuff, Ronbo. In Washington, he threw deep to Santana Moss. In Cleveland, he threw deep to several receivers. I forgot, what was the guy's name? Braylon? Not Braylon. Who was there in 14?
Listen, I'm not saying
Derek
don't throw it deep. I'm just saying get somebody who can bust down the field and not have to compete
don't do that, Ronbo.
with a defender.
Didn't Ayuk beg for the ball? Now I do admit that we need a speed demon. I know that.
Ayuk needs to stop. You know what? Here's the thing, Trey. If you throw that ball downfield with the speed they got in the secondary now, you're going to get hurt.
Yes. Why are y'all trying to act like Ayuk didn't run a 4.4? Y'all trying to make it seem like he's a 4.6 guy.
Listen, I hope that works out. We need somebody who can get past the secondary. And I'm not against it.
I hope it works out. I gave you the numbers, Ronbo.
I know you did.
The guy averaged the.
I'm gonna take him as the gospel too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna remember what you said, Trey.
No. Call me triple. I doubled down on Trey. Call me triple down Trey. I'm tripling down on Trey. With that being said, I'm out of here. If you got a problem with Trey Lance, TNT is here. Shout out to everybody. Ronbo, shout out to you in production. Especially production, because they put up with our foolishness time after time after time after time.
True.
Ronbo, you
They're looking at me now.
And we out of here. Shout out to TNT. Oh, yeah, and one more thing. TNT is looking. TNT is recruiting. We got a few callers that don't call anymore, repping the brand. So we like what a few guys. Yeah, we looking. But yeah, so I'm waiting for your response, sir. Call into the show because that hate that you've been doing on Trey Lance is unnecessary. Mac Jones, he ain't it.
Trey, see you Sunday if you got time.
Well, I'm sure he'll say something. I'll be back. It is what
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
she'll be in. He may be in tonight, actually.
Oh, well, I'll be listening.
Like, fam.
All right, brother.
And I love it. Anytime somebody says something negative about my dude, here
She's
comes
a little.
the,
She's
you won't let him talk. Blah, blah, blah.
Like
Shut up.
4 hours. I was
Hey,
at the
Casey.
gym.
Who is that? Is that Casey?
The girl? Yeah. The great Tasha. She said you stole it.
Casey. Who is this? Casey. Okay, come back to Casey.
Yo, Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, I thought you were dealing with your doctor about those over-the-counter medications. Are you?
No, buddy over here's dog.
What?
Ronbo, can you hear me, man?
I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, man? Yeah, man.
Yeah, Casey, we're going through the annual ritual we go through every year. Upon not winning the Super Bowl, the first thing we do is go after Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. They are the difference makers, and we would stop having this problem if we would just get one or the other. Now, which one do you want, Casey, or not?
Ronbo, I think they should bring Jeff Garcia out of retirement, man.
Steve wants to play too. Steve says he even put himself in the mix.
You know, I stop and wonder what happened after Wayne Gretzky retired.
I wish I could know what hockey fans are thinking. I have no idea.
Yeah. No, but this is going to happen until that time where, you know, until Tom Brady's walking around with a cane, or, you know, long after he's dead, and, you know.
He'll still be better than anything we have.
I like what the guy says, where he says, like, why stop there? Let's trade for Mahomes.
That was Tariq. Wasn't that good? And it's so right.
Yeah,
and
you know,
since we can never be happy with what we got, let's go get that guy.
I caught part of what Shabazz was saying, and how he said the NFL gives no respect to the Niners. It's a joke and it's disrespectful. And I can't agree more, Ronbo. I mean, this guy Adam Rank.
We get abused.
Tom Brady to the 49ers. This guy Adam Rank every year, every offseason. This is, you know, he tries to one-up himself from last year. How can I insert my foot farther into my mouth? What could I come up with? You know, so.
Because
I mean, I don't know.
Casey, we missed Brady and Rodgers in the drafts. Okay, fine. We missed Mahomes.
Yeah.
And also, what was Watson involved in the draft since Kyle? Or did he come a year before? But Lamar Jackson was available. And, you know. So there's always going to be quarterbacks you don't pick. That's never going to end for any team. You know?
Yeah.
So we go too far with that. We get carried away, put it that way.
You know what? I think once Trey Lance, you know, really gets his feet wet. I mean, he kind of did this last year, but as what's his name? Gosh, is it Trey that called in with the Undertaker?
Yeah,
he just called in.
Yeah, that was Trey. Yeah.
He said he's averaging over a first down a pass.
Yeah. I mean, didn't
that's
argue
amazing.
with him. I don't know about that, Trey. You know what? Trey says he just didn't remember, but I don't remember all that. He was.
It's a small sample size.
Yeah.
It's a small sample size, but you know, he's got all the tools. Trey's got all the tools. It's a team game, you know, and I don't think Mostert will be back, so it's going to be up to Elijah and I guess Trey Sermon. Hopefully Trey Sermon has a much better year. I feel like he's averaging 2 yards a carry, but
maybe this new coach will be able to incorporate him a little differently. He's not a zone stretch runner. Although our guys should have known that before they drafted him. If they're going to use him like that.
Those clips of Trey rolling out in practice were pretty amazing, though. I mean, he can really sling it, and his rollout is it's impeccable, man. He does every part of it really well, and he moves through it really fast. So you know, once he like he just really keeps his eyes. He really keeps his eyes downfield, you know. So I'm stoked, man. I mean, yeah, there's going to be things that I wish, you know, Trey did better.
Every quarterback. There's no such thing as a quarterback that is every throw perfect, which is what we expected from Jimmy. So give Trey a friggin' break. They're not going to make every throw right on the money. It's not going to happen. No quarterback does it. Brady doesn't do it. Even Rodgers doesn't do it. It's not going to happen.
I look for like the small things when it's a new quarterback. Like, remember how Kaepernick used to do this thing where he would always, part of the play action, he would always like fake it to someone that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Was not full. Yeah, now that you mention it,
and like,
I do remember that.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm looking for out of Trey. And I don't think I've seen it. I think there might have been one play in the preseason, but I mean, as long as that doesn't continue, because Kaepernick did that in the Super Bowl. I mean, that first drive in the Super Bowl with Harbaugh and Kaepernick, that was pretty ugly. They were not clean. They had 2 weeks, and I think that Trey has such a nose for football. I think we've got a real special talent in Trey.
Mm-hmm. And blame Coach Harbaugh, too, for some of what Kaepernick was doing out there. He was a quarterback. He should have told, hey, come here, listen, what is that? What? See that part right here when you're faking? Who are you faking? Call him out on it. Don't just sit there and let him continue to do those things. I think Harbaugh got a little lazy with Cap. So, yeah.
Well, the thing with Cap is that he's one of the last few quarterbacks to really get that long of a stretch. I don't think there's many quarterbacks anymore that are going to get more than 3 or 4 years in systems to really stay like, what's his name? The Jets quarterback, Sam Darnold, who already got booted out.
Darnold's done.
I don't think Baker Mayfield's going to be there for that long.
Baker's got 1 more year, and they're talking about
I think
Carson Wentz over in Indiana so bad. You would think he was the worst quarterback of all time. Oh my God!
No, anyway. They call him old two sprains, Ronbo. I like Carson Wentz, man. And I think Joe Burrow is what Baker Mayfield wishes he was, Ronbo. What do you think about that?
I think it's just hilarious. Case we got to stop though before we get shut off. But listen, I'll be back Sunday.
No.
I know, it always comes quickly.
Muted. No, don't mute me, Ronbo.
No. Don't wait. Let's get an appeal. All right, Case, I'll see you Sunday.
Adios, man.
Adios. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel. It's time, Bethel, to make that choice again. Each and every time, every year this time, we come to this conclusion. The reason we're not winning the Super Bowl every year is because we don't have Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Although Aaron Rodgers is usually who we beat to get to the Super Bowl or to the NFC Championship game, but that doesn't matter. We need him. And Tommy Brady.
No, we don't need him, and plus the amount of money that they're getting that he's getting is too much. And on his contract, they made a new deal where he could choose wherever he wants to go if he gets traded.
Which one are you talking about, Brady or Rodgers?
Rodgers.
Rodgers, really?
Yeah, he has it where he could choose wherever.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then one thing that I want to say out there is that there's 2 quarterbacks that had around the same thing as Jimmy G. Atlanta Falcons quarterback had 20 touchdowns with 12 interceptions. Jimmy G had 20 touchdowns.
12 interceptions.
12 interceptions. The rookie, Mac Jones, had 22 touchdowns with 13 interceptions. So,
Bethel, I'm glad you pointed that out. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you have a quarterback that doesn't get any INTs, the only quarterback that can get away with that and still be fearless, you cannot have fear as a quarterback. If you don't believe in yourself, you're never going to challenge the defense, and you're going to be a game manager that barely gets anything done. That's just the way it is. You've got to believe in yourself as a quarterback. Yeah. You're going to screw up on occasion. But those double-digit INTs, they're probably going to happen to the better quarterbacks. How many did Brady have? Did you see his? His is up there, too, though. He's at double-digit.
Brady, he was up there, too. But the 2 quarterbacks that were in the Super Bowl had have the most interceptions.
Yes, Stafford.
Both of them have. Yeah.
Oh.
Stafford had 17, and the Bengals quarterback, I think, had like 15 or 14 interceptions.
And Stafford's was pick sixes. You know, he's
Yeah.
got 4 picks. I think he set a record for that this year. So all that screaming and overreacting to every INT that Jimmy threw, I said, you know, I don't know that. Why do we overreact to those? I mean, if we lost the game, okay, but most of those games we won. We may have lost one game because of an INT, but you know what? This year, if we expect Trey never to throw an INT, we're going to be in for a surprise. If he's out there scared to throw the ball,
if you see, Trey Lance had 5 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown, and he only played, and he barely even played.
You know, I thought he had more than 1. He did only have 1 rushing. He threw for 2, right? In the red zone.
Yeah. He threw some touchdowns, and I think that's pretty good right there, because if he would have been playing a lot more, he probably would have had a lot more touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he hardly didn't play, and for less than 2 games and a half to play and have that good of a stats, that's not bad for a rookie.
Yeah, especially one that doesn't get to play very much.
Yeah. So, hopefully, he does his best to, train and, do what he needs to do in his mechanics and, and be a little bit better accuracy, because if also he should have had another touchdown if Brandon Ayuk's hand would not been holding, but he tried to catch it with one hand, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
And they didn't throw a flag right there. So
no, they don't throw. It's a 49er. Don't throw the flag. No. In fact, throw a flag on Ayuk for holding on to the defender.
And then another thing is that on the Super Bowl, I was watching some tape, and remember when the championship when Debo got hit and they threw a flag, and then they looked at the tape and they said that he hit him with the shoulder.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, they said that it was hitting a defensive right receiver with the helmet, but he didn't hit him with the helmet. He actually barely he hit him with the shoulder, and he pushed him. I'm not like that's not a flag. They threw 2 flags that weren't actually flags. So. That's another thing.
Bethel, I'm ready for automated or something. I don't want people out there.
I think they should have the thing that they were talking about, where they have the
electronic
booth referee. Booth referee.
Yeah, give me some electronic referees. I'm really, humans are bothersome. You want to throw and hit him with a brick. But we're going to run out of time, though. I'll be back Sunday looking for you, okay?
All right, and I got a known fact. Every season, we're always losing our people to head coaching jobs, to GMs and all that. And I think the Rams only have one guy that's been offered a coach job. So if our coach is really terrible, then why everybody's trying to get us, our people, not the Rams people?
I know, right?
That's another thing to think about.
Yeah, we're going to too. All right, Bethel. I will. A good point.
All right.
Excellent point. I'll see you Sunday.
All right. See you Sunday. Hit a like, subscribe. Let's go Niners.
You're Bethel. Night, fam.
All right. Good night.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Ronbo, what's up?
We're running the Brady and Rodgers auction tonight, as we always do at this time of year. And you want to put in your bid for either Brady or Rodgers, and tell us why. Because if we don't win the Super Bowl next year, Brady and Rodgers will be back again for this conversation.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I've been hearing, Brady or Rodgers, mostly Rodgers though today.
Mm-hmm.
Even all the guys on sports channels talking about mainly Rodgers, whether or not it would be good and for him to come over here. But thing is, if we make a trade for him, I already heard what you said to one of the other callers that we would have to give them like a Debo or Bosa or Kittle or something just to bring them over
to
here. And I'm
compensate
like,
Rodgers' worth. Hey, Don, here's the thing. Now, we're in cap hell if we do that. And Jimmy's at 44, 27, something like that. Rodgers is at 30 mil. Okay. So now that possibility of not being able to sign Debo and Bosa gets real big for a guy that's had how many chances to win the Super Bowl? And how many times have we made possible for him to sit down early in the playoffs? See, I'm not sold on Rodgers. I like the way he plays, and I think he's fantastic. As I said, he's one of the few guys who's very bold and doesn't get a lot of INTs. So, this is why I'm torn about Rodgers.
I know, me too, but then it also takes into account of as to maybe there's a reason why we didn't draft him in the first place. I know nobody would think of that. Yeah.
They knew about that a long time ago.
We somehow know that he wasn't going to be that kind of quarterback in the postseason, but yet in the regular season, he puts up all these great seasons with the teams he has, but then when it comes playoff time, somehow he can't show up for some reason. And 4 times already when he came across us, we have beat him. We beat him in all 4, just like that.
Even in his refrigerated stadium a few weeks ago. Where's Rodgers? I thought he's supposed to be a badass. And we watched Jimmy outplay him. Basically outplayed him. Well, we had to run game and defense. No. Yeah, people don't like to give Jimmy any credit. Every time we win a game, well, it had nothing to do with Jimmy. We lose the game, it's all Jimmy's fault. So, this is why.
It wasn't,
yeah. So, this is why I say, Rodgers, that's not going to change. If we get him or not, we're still going to lose to Brady like he did last year. And somebody in San Francisco or another team is probably going to beat us, But I did say if Rodgers with us now, so at least we can't beat him.
I know, if you can't beat him, join him kind of stuff. I know.
I can just Rodgers out. God, I'm glad I'm over here. Why is that? So I can stop losing to these clowns every time I get to the NFC Championship game. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Don.
Well, and the thing with Brady though is that you think he's going to really not listen to his wife, even though his wife really had much say-so in his decision this time. And also, I heard a report, too. I don't know if anyone saw it, but I believe it was CBS or something like that, that said that the reason he's not going to come with us, though, is because they hold a grudge against us, mainly because
the whole family,
of that.
Even the kids. Yeah.
Because of what we told him, that we were sticking with Jimmy G, and he was all shocked, saying, "You're sticking with him, mofo."
And I always wondered who he was talking about. So and him and Jimmy are supposed to be bros. Well, I guess when it comes to business,
Mm-hmm. So for either one, I just don't see it. I just don't, to be honest with you, for both of them. The only one, though, I really am intrigued by, and I did talk to you about it on Wednesday a little bit, and that was possibly Carson Wentz. And I'm like, that could be a little interesting, because I know you said, because you told me that there.
You could get Carson Wentz easily out of Indy right now. Indy's washing their hands of Carson. Carson is so out of Indy. That little meltdown he had in the playoffs, that scared people. That was really bad. I mean, that was worse than anything Jimmy's ever done. That was really strange. I mean, he really went all the way. I'm surprised they didn't pull him in that game. Did you see that game?
I think I heard something, that something happened where he just, and this is after the Super Bowl, right? I believe.
No, well, I don't know if they're talking about him after the Super Bowl, but I know during that game, during the playoffs, Carson just really, I don't know what's wrong with him. I've never seen him look that bad before.
But I know, but I did hear that he was at odds with the head coach or something, I believe.
But that guy's his buddy. He was delighted when that guy came over there. I forget his name, but that used to be his coach in
Doug
Philly.
Peterson? Isn't it Doug Peterson?
No, it's the other guy. It must have been his quarterback coach or something. But him and that guy.
Frank Wright.
Yeah, that's Carson's guy. When Carson has big success, Frank was over there in Philly.
Mm-hmm. And then when he went to Indy, he's the head coach.
The head coach, right?
Obviously. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
Justin says Wentz didn't make the playoffs. Whatever the last game that was, Wentz needed to win that game, and they just melted all the way down. So, I felt bad for him. As I said, I've never seen him look like that. Maybe he wasn't feeling well, an injury. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, because ever since that loss, they just kept talking about how they may have, picked right with Nick Foles and not with Carson Wentz. I was like, ooh.
I tell you, it's bad, Don. Don, we gotta go. The clock seems to be really rolling out quickly. We'll see you Sunday though.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful. Have yourselves a good night.
Thanks, fam. See you then.
Mm-hmm. See you then.
Champagne. I love that. Not champagne, but champagne. There was an interview where Mike Nolan says he picked Smith over Rodgers because Alex Smith opened the car door for. Oh, I remember that. Alex Smith opened the car door for his mom during a dinner with Nolan. I got to tell you though, Nolan should have been slapped. Come on, man. It's like, hey, Bill. Thanks, Champagne, for that contribution, fam. Bill.
Oh, can you hear me?
Bill, I can't. Bill, let me ask you this: do you open the car door for family members, and not even your mom? It could be your Shania. You have any sisters, aunties, or anybody? Do you always open the car door?
I'll tell you something. I hate to be rude. Yeah, I would open it for Shania, but I would also open it for my mom. But anybody else can open their own damn door. Okay? Yeah, I'm rude. I'll open it for the two little important ladies in my life. Yeah. Shania and my mom. The rest, they can open their own. Oh, my grandma, I don't have my grandma around. Yeah. Any grandparents, I would open it for my grandparents. But they ain't around. So that's why I said anybody else.
But Bill, that's why Rodgers didn't become a 49er. He was rude to his mom.
Well, he may be rude, but, he's tough, and he'll get us a Super Bowl. Now, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Doug, did you enjoy not seeing a Super Bowl, 49ers in the Super Bowl this year? Did you like it?
No, I didn't. We didn't make an appearance. But I know that's what you're getting at. Yeah.
I'm going to make some points before I even say anything because everybody seems to want to smash me. I'm going to ask you a question. How did it feel not to make a Super Bowl? How did it feel to you and the rest of the fans out there?
Yeah.
Painful. Did you enjoy that feeling?
No. Especially watching Rams
celebrate.
You
want that feeling again next
year?
God,
that was annoying. No.
You want that feeling again next year? No. You know that we stick with Trey, we're possibly going to just make the playoffs, maybe. But the kid, Patrick Mahomes, did not make a Super Bowl in his first year of starting the quarterback. So that you are aware of that. No rookie has. So let me make this clear. Even though you say he started last year, that's still not his full season. A rookie, I would consider next year be his full season. We won't win it next year. So the only option we got, if we want to get sick, is to get Rodgers. He's a free agent. We ain't got to trade anything. Now, if they do franchise tag him and keep him, we got no other choice but to run with Trey Lance because I don't see any other quarterback. And Tom Brady, dude, get over it. Get over it, man.
He's mad.
I'm not even worried about Brady. I don't even care. He won Super Bowls, but he ain't coming. He ain't coming out of retirement. If he does, he won't play for the Niners. So we're gonna end that one in a final note. I did a little research, and you guys were right. He's mad at the Niners. His family's mad at the Niners. They can get over it.
Even
cry.
a dog.
Cry me a river.
Yeah.
And when you realize another quarterback is holding the trophy up, just like Justin Timberlake says, it's too late to apologize.
It's too late to apologize. Wait. It's too late. No, that's that other band. But go ahead. I know what you mean.
I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong, but whatever. I'll look it up. Or maybe I don't know my music on that. I'm not even into that. But like I said, to get Rodgers, if he's a free agent, he'll take a pay cut. He wants to be a Niner. And if he's butthurt about the 2004, 2005 draft, keep this in mind. If Rodgers would have came to the 49ers, he would not be good as he is now. Look at what Alex Smith had to go through when he became a quarterback for us. The messed up coaches and the organization. We got a quarterback that was good, and I believe it would be switched. We'd be saying, let's get Alex Smith instead of, Aaron Rodgers would probably have the hurt leg instead of Alex Smith. It's like one of those, multiverse kind of things.
You're right.
Switch
Destination,
it around.
the path you roll. That's true.
Yeah, switch it around. Rodgers should just say, okay, wait a minute. If I would have went there, this is what I would have had to go through, and I want to be this great. So maybe I should just give them a second chance. Yes, I know they passed up a Tom Brady, but I'm not old like Tom Brady. I still got years left in the tank. I'm a good quarterback. Hey.
Bill, I just thought about something though. If Brady's on this team, does Colin Kaepernick even get drafted?
No.
So you know what? Maybe Brady. I mean, maybe Rodgers does weather the storm, and we finally build a team around him properly. It's really hard to pinpoint exactly the difference in the path that Alex Smith went and Brady might have went. But go ahead.
Yeah, it would have been a whole different organization. We would have had to draft Brady, sign Bill Belichick instead of the Patriots. If we could have kept the coach that we got, or Brady would have never developed. I will say this, and it's harsh, but Bill Belichick developed Tom Brady, and people don't like to admit that, but that's how it is.
Hey, but how about
take a look at all these scenarios. Rodgers got developed by he had a good quarterback stack around him in Green Bay.
In fact, they hired some guy Rodgers likes today. But Bill.
But the thing is, he don't see himself winning the Super Bowl with us, and they're talking possibly about rebuilding. He wants to go to a team that's not rebuilding, and his contract ends at the end of this year, I think in March or April. So we'll see how it develops before we call it, but I like a 49er shout-out, and I hope if he becomes a free agent, sign him. Don't make the mistake twice. Sign him.
And before next year this time.
You have to go with Jed and your family have to go down and tell them to sign him. Do it. I want to see 6.
There you go.
Or we're going to be going through the same scenario next year, talking about shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Aren't you tired of that? Bill, get ready for the holler. I'm going to see you Sunday, okay? And 3, and 2, and Niners! Bill and Shania. Have a great night, Bill.
One more thing. I'm going to say this. We're not those Cowboys, so I wish our office would quit acting like it. You have a nice day.
Okay, Bill. Thanks. Talk to you later. Oh, and the law has finally arrived. Brian, come on in.
The law says know your damn role.
What's
up, Ronbo?
You know your role and shut your mouth.
Know your role. Shut your mouth.
Brian,
what's up, Ronbo?
Well, I'm taking a shot. Tonight's show is about sarcasm, and the fact of the matter is, while Tom Brady and family's over there calling and probably got people tweeting nasty things at the 49er websites and stuff like that because they're pissed off because when we had the chance to pick him up, no, don't talk to me now, 49ers. When I came and asked you to come and play for you, told me no. So Tom's mad, and that's not going to happen. But 49er fans still want Tom Brady to come here and take over right now and let Trey Lance sit behind him for 1 year. He can learn a lot more. And then, of course, there's Aaron Rodgers, who does not have good manners and good home raising. He does not open the door for his mama, and that's why he ended up in Green Bay because Nolan didn't feel that was appropriate. So, we missed those two guys back in the day, Brady and Rodgers. So, here we are. Now wishing we had Brady and Rodgers because every time we lose, it's because we didn't have Brady and Rodgers. Brian, do you feel that is actually accurate? And which one would you take if you had that choice right now, being that they're still somewhat available?
Ooh,
Ronbo, that's a tough one there. Um, Knowing what we know now, I think I would take Brady. I think I would take I think I would take Brady.
Okay.
Well, I mean, one thing, his body of work, and he's
Can't
a
beat
winner.
7 rings.
He's a winner. I mean, just that. I mean, just that. I mean, just that alone. You know, not saying that Aaron Rodgers couldn't help us. I mean, you know, he did win. He won one. You know, but here's the thing, Ron.
He's had how many opportunities?
Here's
been playing for how
the
many
thing.
years? You know?
He's been a while. But
And
here's
ain't
the
nobody
thing,
saying nothing
Ronbo,
about that.
and
Go ahead.
yeah, and I'm kind of with some of the callers that have called in. I'm like, hey, if it don't happen, we just all in for Trey.
Yeah.
Let's just go. You know, let's push our chips in. Let's put all our chips in for Trey Lance. I mean, management did. They pushed they pushed 2 number ones. They pushed the number 1 pick for the next 2 years to get this guy.
Hopefully we get
So they must
one
have saw
back.
something. Somebody saw something. Somebody saw something.
Yeah.
You know, and right now I think Trey Lance is just it's how we prepare him.
Yeah.
We got to prepare him for the season, just like we prepared Jimmy G. We got to prepare him. You know, we got to prepare him. And you know, and like you said, Ronbo, you know, if Trey, you know, if Trey throws an interception or 2, whatever, it's not like it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah, my God. There he goes. Another interception again. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Quarterbacks throw keys on occasion.
Didn't the Super Bowl championship quarterback just led the league in interceptions?
17
and
times.
I'm right. And I'm assuming that right.
And 4 of them was pick sixes. My God, we
Yeah,
overreact
right.
on him. Oh, well, Jimmy's going to throw an INT. I just know it. You know, people talk like that before the game even starts. I say, you know what? Do we get a little carried away about interceptions? I think most of the league's quarterbacks throw interceptions on occasion because defenses are good, Brian. They are. We need to stop thinking the defense is just sitting out there a bunch of clowns and can't play no ball.
Yeah.
You know, that's number one.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also, Rumble, we also got to remember this too. Before, let's see, how many MVPs did Aaron Rodgers has he won?
He won this year. I can't even. You know what? That's a good question. How many times has he won that? That is a good question.
Well, but here's the thing. But before he even won MVP or MVPs that he might have won, you know, he sat behind Brett Favre for 3 years.
Yeah.
So if it's up to Trey, so if we need Trey to sit another year or whatever, and we get lucky to get Aaron Rodgers by some kind of miracle, or Tom Brady by some kind of miracle,
well, Tom would really be a miracle.
Let the course run. You know, I mean,
there's a lot of connecting factors that would be a problem. You know, both of those guys command high salaries. One of the reasons why Jimmy's leaving is because his money's too high.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We got to watch our capital. You know, remember now, we don't have a number 1 for this year and a number 1 for next year.
And we're not Dallas. We're not Tampa Bay. We're not Kansas City. We have to actually abide by the rules.
And we definitely not the Rams.
Yeah, we just can't spin. Yeah, the Rams.
And we definitely not the Rams.
We don't have an endless cap. Well, the Rams, well, y'all know.
Right.
Well, those. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm glad we do, guys. You know. So.
But I would say But if I had to choose the two, I would. And if and of course but the thing is, now Brady come in, Brady gonna have his Christmas list.
Yeah.
He gonna have his wants.
Hey, Brian, when he walks into the office with his agent, Gronk is going to be walking in with him. All right, guys, I brought. I mean, I don't have to introduce this guy, right? Yeah.
Do we even have enough capital to pay Kittle and Gronk at the same time?
And Devontae would be. I've got Devontae on my phone, guys. Listen, if we can make this happen, I can guarantee you a Super Bowl. And I could just see Prague sitting there now. No, Prague would be laying on the floor at this point because he passed out.
Ronbo, we mess around. We'll have our salary cap tied up in tight ends alone.
I know, Gronk and George.
I don't know, Ronbo. I don't know about that, Ronbo.
Wait.
I don't know.
You got to bring. No, I've got my receivers mixed
You
up.
got to bring
Devontae
Kittle.
Adams, Gronk.
You just signed Kittle, and in order what is Gronk? I mean,
you got to sign Debo
you
too.
Bring Gronk in
because Debo's the new people's champion.
And you got to sign Nick.
Yep.
And you got to sign Nick.
Yeah.
You got to sign Nick.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So you see, there's a problem with signing these high salary quarterbacks. Brian, we got to go though. Right. And I'm going to be looking for you on Friday, and we'll talk more about the law.
Yeah. All right. Hey, and one more thing, Ronbo. If Green Bay for any reason, if they let Aaron Rodgers walk out of there, they need to fire everybody. They need to clear everybody.
Yeah, and you're right, because they'd have to close the place, and the protests in Green Bay would be unbelievable. So.
Right.
All right, fam.
Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to the faithful,
man.
And shout out to the production, man. And guess what? The law is out.
There he goes. Brian, I look forward to hearing from you Friday. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo. All right, later.
Night. Oh, man. And let's go check it. Merrick. Hey, Merrick.
How's it going, Ronbo?
Merrick, who did that song? It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Who did that? Anyway, Merrick, I'm doing great, other than my singing. We're talking about Brady and Rodgers, and why in the world haven't we found a way to get those two guys on this roster? You, Merrick, if you had a choice between the two, who would you take?
Honestly, I'd maybe go with Brady, because I think he'll probably cost less than Rodgers.
Yeah, you're right. As a matter of fact, you are right. He would cost less. Go ahead.
Maybe we could trade like Jimmy and a pick to Tampa, since they still have Tom Brady's rights for now.
I know, right? What pick are we talking about?
I don't know. Maybe late second, early third. It would probably take one of those.
Yep, it would. See, the thing is, I don't know about all this finagling. Are you thoroughly unhappy with our quarterback?
No, I like Trey. I think he's got good potential, and I'm going to miss Jimmy, but I'm going to ride with Trey.
Mm-hmm.
But I just hope Trey doesn't take too long to become, one of the elite quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know. That's because we're coming off of being in them. We've been relevant every time Jimmy's been out there and we stayed healthy. We were always in the mix, And so all of a sudden, if we go from, the 49ers are going to have to regroup. Oh, One Republic, thank you, Michael Olivia, thank you. It's something I don't. I want Trey to look good. We have a team so solid, though, offensively. They can actually do enough to keep us afloat. The defense will probably carry the team again this year, and keep us and keep the offense off their offense off the field.
I think we can go far with Trey just with our defense alone.
Yeah, and we got a great run game, and Trey's going to cause people to be afraid to stack the box. Hopefully, so we might be okay.
Yeah. I have a question.
It's just the fear of the unknown. But people say, I should know. Hey, what do you think about Trey, though? I just heard you say a little bit about him. You think he's capable of grasping and picking up things and keeping the same energy as we've had the last few years? And how do you look at that?
I think he will. I think we might be like 2017 Jimmy, where he doesn't know the playbook well, so maybe Shanahan will let him play a little bit more loose and full instead of staying rigid.
Yeah, but now it's too late for that because he's already had 1 year with us, so he is going to have to know the offense.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what, though? Let play to their strengths, Kyle. Don't always, I'm Kyle Shanahan, and I've got the blueprint of success. There's no formula that's going to outdo mine. Those quarterbacks are going to do as I tell them, and they're going to succeed and make us win. That's the way I see it, and that's the way it's got to be. I could be wrong about Kyle, though. He maybe not that tough, but it just seems like I saw Jimmy go through a complete change from 2017, and when we started the 2018 season, I said, who is this guy? That's Jimmy, right? It doesn't look like he did in 2017 when he first came over here. So I know. Look, I didn't see enough of Trey. And Merrick, I don't think Trey has enough background that he would be that hard to mold into Kyle Shanahan's quarterback. You know what I mean? It's not. He doesn't have a bunch of habits or established traits that he needs to change. So he might be okay.
Yeah. The only habit he seems to have is maybe taking off out of the pocket too soon.
Yeah. Yeah, and that comes from when all else fails, I'm out of here. But you got to he's got to make the plays, though. That's for sure true.
Yeah.
We'll see. He's down, I think he's in SoCal now training with somebody to work on some of his mechanics. And even though somebody came and said Trey had great footwork, he needs a little work there, too. Jimmy got away with no footwork because of the fact his flick pass. Jimmy didn't plant, and that's what got him in trouble too, though. But Trey needs footwork work. He needs to work on his release, get rid of that wind up. These are not things that are going to be hard to correct, I don't think. So hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope so too.
We're going to find out.
I do wonder if Kyle was a bit more strict with Jimmy after Jimmy tore his ACL. Maybe he was scared that Jimmy would get hurt again.
Yeah. I do remember a conversation like that. Jimmy was not, Jimmy never ran much anymore after that. I thought he made him sign some kind of an affidavit. Said, if you do run and you're hurt, we owe you nothing.
Possible.
Imagine. I said, what am I supposed to do? He ran a little bit in the preseason last year, which was funny, though. A lot, actually. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, Merrick. Okay, I tell you what, Merrick, you got time. I'm coming back Sunday. I'll be looking for you. All right?
All right. I'll see you.
All right, man. Night. And Mr. Block Eyes says, hey, look, no matter who's behind center, my O-line. Thank you. Things don't get to happen just because you're a quarterback. You got to have an O-line. O-line must be straightened out. We have to get Thomason signed back. By the way, what's up with Banks? Comprehension problems? I hope that's not it. Because he went the whole season with 5 snaps. They were afraid to put him out there any more than that. Him and Trey Sermon. Those guys were drafted very high in the order. Elissa.
Damn the squad.
I forgot, that's what Ellis was waiting for. I didn't announce enough. Ellis, get in here.
What's up, champ?
We're sitting here going through this like we always do every year. This is something we do. We ought to have like a barbecue. It's the Brady Rodgers time of year, right along with all the other holidays that come up. The Brady's and Rodgers. Why we didn't win the Super Bowl is because we didn't have Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. And here we are at that point again. I saw it. I started laughing. I said, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Here we go.
Or Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we missed him in the draft and screwed that up. Yep.
Shit, we missed out on about 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Yes, this is true.
Why did we could have picked up, what's his name, too, out of San Diego, or should I say L.A. So, we were missing them quarterbacks.
Talking about Herbert?
Yeah, Herbert, yeah.
Yeah. And I seen him in the I seen him when they were working out and stuff like that, you know what I mean, for the the little rookie, the little pro days and stuff like that, and he was looking good. I was like, who the hell is this kid? And I said, he's gonna be good. So, and he sure turned out to be good, man. So yeah, we missed out. We missed a few.
So as I say, here we are, sitting here brokenhearted. Tried to that's the wrong rhyme. Here we are, brokenhearted. Tried to win a Super Bowl, but only farted. I mean, that was, it's a thing where, I wish we could find other reasons, though. But here we go. Let's go ahead and wonder if we can get, if you had to make a choice between the two, or else say, look, I don't want either one, and then go from there, whatever you want to do. But give us some on this because it's just fun to talk about.
Yeah, I'm okay, with either the two coming in for a year. If we win the Super Bowl, I feel like it would end up coming for another year. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, let's say for hypothetically, Tom or Aaron comes in, we win the Super Bowl, just that quickly and that easy. Well, what would make them want to retire after that? I mean, they would probably
get all
want to
excited,
come
want
back
to stay
again and do it again and run it back like the lamb choppers over
and
here.
Aaron Rodgers,
singing.
Aaron Donald. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that would just put Trey out even more, and
he's all set to start, ain't he?
You know what I mean?
That would really hurt his. That would bother him. That really would.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Now you're starting to affect the mental of the young rookie. He already had to deal with the stuff with the jet back and forth with him and Jimmy, and he had to try to maintain a friendship and relationship with Jimmy and be confident and not come in there, arrogant. I'm about to take this guy's spot, and whatever. He carried a good energy that allowed him and Jimmy to function and allowed the team to still maintain a healthy, camaraderie. Because he could have came in unhealthy, kind of a, a loudmouth, and he could have been a totally different character, and these circumstances would be totally different. So I think doing something like that to Trey again would just be counterproductive, and it would affect him. You know what I'm saying? Then when it comes down to time, getting down to paying Trey, no matter if he gets to play his third and fourth, year, that's going to make the ticket price and the negotiation process a little bit harder too. Guys will hold a grudge. You can't predict what happens. You know what I mean? You spit in my face. I got a choice to. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I thought they was joking, and I read it. He is mad. Tom, you're a grown ass man. But who? Really? Come on, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
God.
You see it. So but it's kind of if I had to choose between Tom or Aaron, I don't think I would really care. Either one. They both clearly have some bitterness. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that would work out bringing them in. I hear the Aaron Rodgers is kind of hard to get along with. They both have their ways, but when you're, I'm not going to say in every situation because all greats aren't always the assholes, but who's the more tolerable of the two? You know what I mean? And Aaron's talking about they're going to be sorry there. He's still harboring and holding on to that. And then Tom Brady got denied access to come play for us a couple of years ago. I think that Aaron Rodgers and Kyle would get along better than Tom and Kyle because of the tenderness from getting his ass handed to him in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, i.e. Kyle, and Tom may just having them two together. That's why I don't think this is possible that that's actually going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. And I think that had something to do with why he didn't get to, get in a couple of years ago. Because Kyle's, it's that energy, you know what I mean? Tom is just, he knows what the hell he's doing. He knows what's going on, at least more than not, most of the time. But Kyle, he likes to drive all the time. He doesn't ever like to, take a back seat or, ride passenger or any of that. He has to be the driver of the car.
That's right. And can you imagine? Tom said there saying, Kyle, I was winning Super Bowls while you were still carrying that wire for your dad. Okay, now sit down and let me teach you some stuff about football. All right, don't mess with me. I'll tell Jed. I'd love to see that unfold.
Then your contract's gonna get voided out sooner than your tenure, and I'll be here and you won't. You know what I mean? It'll just get messy. I think it'll just get a little too messy.
But we gotta go, fam. There's so much comment I could write on this whole thing between Brady, Rodgers, and Kyle, but
Yeah.
But let me, Sunday, you, Amaya, Zamari, Joshua, and Johnny, y'all know I love you. And we'll see you then.
We love you too, brother. We love you too, brother.
Thanks, fam.
Man, always, man, forever. So, shout out to production. Shout out to the faithful, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe. You know where you're at. Wipe your feet. You know, if you're...
Especially you Rams fans running around and they're talking
yeah,
trash.
Yeah,
Boy.
dust them off. Yeah, Judy. Judy from Ramelia. We got remixes. You guys go ahead and remix Rudy's name for me, man. Give me all you got. Give it all you got. And you know, marketing slowly. You know, you go ahead and relish that, man, while you can. While Matt Stafford is letting women fall off of things and crack and fracturing their spine and stuff because he's too drunk. You know, we got more class than that over here on our side, man. So
yeah, right.
You know. But now, peace and love, brother Ronbo. Thank you as always for the platform, man.
Appreciate
Have
you.
a good night.
Night, Ellis.
Peace.
And Trey, you know, man, when you do that, I don't want to hear about all Jimmy had to do was not throw the ball up for three different. We went to the NFC Championship. See, that's why I always get on y'all. Y'all be just exaggerating, and Trey, you just busted out a line. We didn't lose them games. Hey, Jack, other Jack. Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack. Where'd that sound come from, Jack? We'll come back to Jack. Oh, Tony.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Tony, let me ask you something, because I watched Matt Ryan throw an INT on occasion. Did the Falcons fans lose their mind every time he threw an INT?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they did do it. Okay, so we got a fan base compared to ours, you know, because I always wonder if the Rams, who had the leading INT thrower in the league, who won the Super Bowl, how did they react? Did they every time? Oh God, it's another INT. That's all he does is throw INTs. You know, even though
they don't say that's all he does. They were like, well, we need a running quarterback, you know, because that's the Michael Vick thing.
Yeah.
We need a running quarterback. He needs to run sometimes so he can stop throwing picks, which he does. He threw 12 this year, which is high.
Running quarterbacks throw picks. Tony, here's the thing. You know, as I mentioned earlier, every year we start complaining about the fact that we need Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady to get us over the hump. Is this a feasible argument? Do you think that switching the quarterback, and it worked for Tampa, but then again, Tom Brady came in and brought his own program. You know, he told the coach to step out the way, let me handle this, and came in and won. Now, you know Kyle Shanahan because you had him over there for a while. Is Kyle Shanahan going to put up with that?
You know what? I heard when you and Ellis talking about Kyle Shanahan, and his ego is going to be the drink, the Thursday drink to his own demise if he doesn't change a little bit.
Yeah, the problem is his formula works. It gets you there, but you know, he can't. You can't be real conservative all the time. And there are times you have to apply a little creativity, a little more fearless. You've got to go for things that maybe, you know, you don't need to not trust your quarterback because you came this far with him. So do it.
Right. And see, in our case, in 2016, and that last 3.5 minutes, he should have went conservative. And he tried to, you know, on the first, second, and third down at 22,
You're still throwing the ball.
Run it on first. You ran it on first down, lost the yard. Okay, now, you know, you thought at the Super Bowl, the momentum had switched totally. You know, why not run Devontae Freeman 2 more times? No, he wanted to go for broke, and then we get sacked, pushed back, and then a penalty, pushed back, and then we had to punt.
You know, I'll bet you that really crushed him. Maybe that's why he's a little more conservative now than he should be. I forgot about that. That is what happened to him.
But Kyle Shanahan needs to, I heard you and Ellis talking about, well, this is my system, it'll work if you do what I say, and I understand that. But let the quarterback start the car and run the car.
Yes. Play to his strengths. You can still put most of the concepts of your offensive schemes involved, but you need to also play to that quarterback's strengths. You can't let your quarterback throw every 30 minutes or so and expect him to just come out looking good. It doesn't work like that. Quarterbacks have to get into a rhythm. They got to get into a flow.
Yep.
You know, this is the way it works. The same with the running back. You can't give him the ball every now and then and expect him to just bust off a good. Well, except for Raheem Mostert. But everybody else is, guys get into a rhythm and they get going, So.
It's tough. And Kyle Shanahan was great in 2016 with his mixture. You saw it. It was like a symphony, Ronbo,
Yeah.
the way that offense ran in 2016. And, we were the number one offense in the league, but people forget, and you and I talked about this the other night, the Falcons were the number 5 rushing team in the National Football League that year.
I remember
They were
Devontae
fifth.
led the league. I do. I remember that year, too.
And Tevin Coleman had 500 yards rushing, 500 yards receiving. That's balance.
And you guys are the only team that stopped Cam Newton and the Panthers from going 16-0. I was delighted.
Yep.
The Falcons. Yep. Oh, Cam, you can't get your 16-0. Oh, or 70 out. 60 out. We're 16-game season out. That was funny.
What are you guys going to do in the draft, Ronbo?
Watch. Because okay, we're gonna come in the second round, unless we get a first round pick, which I'm not anticipating that. But
there's going to be a lot of good players in the second, third, fourth, and fifth round. So.
And the 49ers do their best work in the later rounds. They don't do, we got Nick, we got Ayuk. I'm trying to think of another first round pick because other first round picks we've had since they've been here, the disaster of the first year, Solomon T. and Ruben, I can't stay out of trouble Foster.
I can tell you're I'm kind of miffed too because I saw him at Notre Dame. I can tell you're very disappointed with your second round pick, Aaron Banks. I could tell, Ronbo, every time you talk about him.
How does a man take all year long and he keeps saying the same thing about him? Then Kyle, why did you guys draft him if you thought he was too big? They got him dieting. They need him, I thought he was athletic enough. Why is he not able to comprehend what you're trying to do out there, Kyle? Is he stupid? I don't. Really?
Yeah. And now when you guys said that about him being stupid, I'm like, damn, did he go to Notre Dame? Notre Dame's not no stupid school.
Hey, but Tony, you know how it goes. I remember a lot of athletes that did not even go to class. They had, if you was a good ball player, you didn't have to go to class. They had that range set up. But I still don't think he could. Come on, man. He's got football sense. Even if you don't go to class, you still learn from your coaches on how to play ball. So I'm trying to understand why in the world.
Well, the Falcons going to go defense in the first, and then after we trade Ridley, there's a lot of stuff coming out about Ridley, about people trying to get in touch with him, and he's not responding. And it was this picture came out with him on this boat partying. I said, I was telling him in the chat tonight, Falcons fans, we need to look at it from a business side like I'm doing. Ridley is gone. Like you said about Jimmy, he's gone. We're going to get rid of him.
Yep.
Let's stop talking about Ridley so much and focus on the draft and focus on who we're keeping, who we're letting go as far as free agency. Let's not focus on Ridley because they starting with the Julio.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Don't make an ugly separation.
Yeah, so that's the past. Let it go.
Where did you get the footage of him out partying and doing all these things? Is that from his social media accounts?
It was a picture of him. I saw the picture. He was sitting down on the boat, looking. It looked like a yacht, just looking at the skyline. And start running with that.
People are evil. Yeah, they really are. Well, I can even imagine what they've said already. You don't have to repeat it, but I'm just, God.
They're saying he's faking about the mental health because he wants out. I said, well, if that's true, so what? We're working on getting rid of him. Let's stop wasting time talking about this guy.
Though that is going to be an out. Like now, if you are struggling, athletes are using that. There's Ben Simmons is claiming that he was having health issues, some mental health issues. And I was laughing because I was listening to that. And I was saying, I don't want to laugh, but that Ben Simmons being called a lie because he said, and then because they said, well, Simmons a few minutes later was doing this, this, and this, and didn't look like he was having any problem with that. So I said, you know what? Okay, this is going to become health issues. Mental health is a serious matter nowadays, right? So don't say that and it not be real because people will tear you up, boy. Ooh.
Then they say, they saw him at the Alabama National Championship game at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. Some fans saw him. He was at a L.A. Chargers game with a friend. Then he was at a Miami Dolphins game.
Yeah,
I'm like, so what?
No,
So what?
Anyway, Tony, let me see you Sunday, and can't wait to get back and talk some more football with you because this is the NFL is just a drama. Anyway, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
And
Have a great night,
I'll
Tony.
talk to you on Sunday. I'll bring up some prospects to you for the draft.
All right. Looking forward to that. All right, Tony. Have a great night.
Take care.
And there's my boy Josh Chapman. Josh says you would have to sell your soul to get Rodgers. What would it cost you? Go get Tyrod Taylor or Matt Ryan. I want some go Rams. Isn't Matt Ryan? Well, if you're going to go get a quarterback up in years, Matt Ryan would probably be cheaper than Rodgers or Brady. But maybe not. Matt Ryan's getting paid a lot. Now, Matt's isn't he about the third or fourth highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Hey, Jack.
Ronbo.
Jack. Well, Jack, we're making our choice tonight as to whether we're going to get Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady has told us he doesn't like us. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, he's not happy. But is it worth? Do you think, because fans are going to keep hollering this every year? Do you pursue either one of these people?
You know what? I got a solution for all this.
Good.
Just let Debo play quarterback. We can just Debo everybody. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can catch the ball. Just let Debo play quarterback and just everybody get out the way.
You know what I'm saying?
But nah, Brambo. I don't want none of these guys, man. Look at Tampa Bay right now. What they looking at right now? They looking to sign Garoppolo right now. Son. You're like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? We don't want
1-year rentals
guys.
doesn't work. Build your team.
It
build
doesn't
your
work.
team.
It doesn't work. I tell you what. What Trey Lance was the third pick last year?
Yeah. Third overall pick.
Third pick. So if we go pick up Brady.
Look like a damn fool.
Or Rodgers, that's like saying we made a mistake on the third pick.
Mm-hmm.
That don't look too good, man.
Looks like people.
But I think you can't go back and you got to give this kid a chance, man. Let this kid. I tell you what all faithfuls need to hear. They need to wake up one morning and hear breaking news. Garoppolo straight into the Colts. That's what they need to hear right there.
And a lot of us websites or NFL Network shows, they got to go in there, and because Carson Wentz is he's getting ragged on. Ooh, he's getting ragged on. So.
Yeah, that's all we need to hear is Garoppolo being traded, and then I think reality is set in with all of us. And we'll know, we have to hand the keys over to Trey. Because right now, we still in disbelief that Trey is getting the keys. Really, we still in disbelief.
I read an article just yesterday saying the 49ers hadn't made up their mind completely about that situation. And I said, oh, here we go. Media, where are you guys getting your information from? See, the media's going to stir this pot, and we go through this each and every year. I said this time last year, well, more toward the beginning of the season, I said I'm through. Listen, you can read the media, but they're sports entertainment at this point. They're just having a good time getting people to click on and read a bunch of misinformation, and which is basically what it comes down to. But it's not dangerous misinformation because it's sports related, right? So there they go, and they got license to make every last one of us look like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, this is always orchestrated by the Niners. They play a good game. One thing I think they're kind of crafty is that, that Matthew Stafford deal that went down, I think they were interested. But, I think one of the things that, in football, you also got to have trading
strategies, even with players that you don't want. So, like, you know, the Rams basically sold their soul for Matthew Stafford. You know, so and the Niners was a part of that. The Niners were a part of them selling their soul
pushing
to
them up.
Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford.
it might have been a strategic move just to
them
do
up.
that too. Yes, people think everybody wanted Matt. They wanted Matt Stafford.
Yeah, everybody wanted Matt Stafford, but I tell you what, how long Matt Stafford is what Matthew Stafford is. They, you know, they're going to be looking down in a couple more years for another quarterback in a minute. You know what I mean?
End of next year.
Yeah, you know, so you know, you just got to get this kid a chance. You know, we need a speedy wide out on the outside, somebody that's real fast on the outside. You know, we need as much draft pick. This is really like the luxury this year when it comes to this draft. We have everything really established already. So we just need some luxury picks now. You know, maybe some guys that can start right away in certain spots and maybe just some, you know, start getting a little limousine and a little Ferrari and, you know, start setting up these things all over the place so we can get this thing moving. But
listen,
I think we sticking with Lance right now.
No, Lance is going to be it. When the dust settles, yeah, he'll be starting. What I want to know, though, I want a speed guy. I want that guy that actually scares defenses. I love the way Ayuk runs route, and I know Debo can do anything, but I want that guy that makes the secondary say,
Yeah.
You got him right. You got him right.
Yeah.
Watch
him
come here.
might be
I
gone.
want that.
I think Moser might be gone, Ronbo. I think he might be gone. He might be on the trading block. He's a good piece to move. Yeah, he's a good piece to move to get us back in that first round if we really wanted to, which I don't really care about because everybody that we draft is from third round to sixth round. But I think Raheem Moser might be on the move. For you know, you can send him out with a Jimmy package and get a first round pick.
Moser's contract expired.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So, but you know what? You could sign and trade.
Yeah, you can sign him and trade. You know, give him some pebbles and bits and trade him off with Garoppolo and get a first round pick. I think that's possible. Yeah. I really think that's possible. But you know, they'll orchestrate
Indy might take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Indy would because you know they would. And another thing, you know, Rambo, for those guys that's available, Rodgers and Brady, you know, ain't none of them going to go to the Colts. None of them going to go to the Colts because those jobs is open pretty much. But Rodgers ain't going to go to the Colts if they wanted him. He's not going over there.
And matter of fact, the other place, Denver, that wasn't going to happen either. But we got to go, fam.
He ain't going to Denver.
I know. It's too cold.
All right, I see Sunday, Rambo.
Green Bay. All right, fam. I'll be back.
You have a good one, Rambo. Thanks for the platform, man. I see you. I'll talk to you Sunday, man.
Looking forward to it, Jack. Thanks, fam. Appreciate that.
All right.
Night. And let's go check out on Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hi, Steven. We're fighting again about which one we want to take between Garoppolo. I mean, not Garoppolo, but I mean Rodgers and Brady.
Brady and Rodgers?
Yeah. Sounds like a law firm.
Here's the thing. If Brady comes to the 49ers, we just get Brady. We keep the same staff, we just get Brady. If we get Rodgers, we get Adams. Because wherever Rodgers is going to go, Adams is going to follow.
Okay, Steven, engineer this. Now, where are you going to put him, and how are we not going to be in cap hell?
See, that's where the cuts are going to have to be made. I'm saying Jason Barrett, Raheem Mostert. Goodbye, my guy.
You're not able to keep Kowalski T. You're going to have to have to gut the roster, is basically what you're saying, but go ahead.
Well, if we cut some of the receiver core, honestly, do we really need Travis Benjamin?
That's not Travis Benjamin was costing anybody. I think he pays the 49ers to be on that team. But hey, tell me how you going to trim that team down, especially the receiver room.
You're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this answer, Robert.
No, I'm not. But you're not telling me Debo because I already know that. But go ahead.
No, it's not Debo. No, it's not you. It's Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, but he's not expensive. You need somebody who's going to lose
He's
money.
not.
No, Juwan's.
But if
he's
we
a,
cut
he's a
Sherfield,
seventh-round
Juwan
pick.
Jennings, we
I'd
just
like to-
need a solid wide receiver that we can rely on. That's not going to give a whole lot of attitude to Shanahan, and that we know is going to be our go-to to take the weight off of Debo. Because imagine being the opposing team.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I can say, but Rodgers is going to favor his guy Devontae, and then Debo and Ayuk could be all pissed off.
Yeah, true. But Rodgers is also smart enough to not play favorites that way, because who did he have else in Green Bay? That was,
And
someone
they
of
never got the
caliber of
ball.
Debo and Ayuk.
One of those two guys, both of them had great names. But, yeah, Rodgers didn't throw to those guys. He didn't throw to them at all in the NFC CG.
Nope, it was all Adams.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. With more weapons and a better offensive line, so to speak, really, why would he not want to come to SF? Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of money. But if you trim it down by kind of a bit, or kind of a lot, I think
Just
it'll
we
pay off.
got a couple more minutes here. Just for the sake of, I want to see you trim this fat, though. All right, you went to you're gonna get rid of Juwan, but he's not really saving you any. That's not enough money. You're gonna have to go down to the roster.
Juwan, get rid of Mostert.
Yeah.
You get rid of Moret. Who else? Jimmy goes. That's another person that's going to help out.
Well, that goes without saying. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And then we get rid of, oh, man. You're going to hate this one. DJ, goodbye.
Wait, DJ Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I hate that. Oh, my God. Okay, go ahead. Let me else. That's 5 guys. I like DJ. That guy's tough.
I like DJ too, but goddamn. And then, oh, man. Well,
it gets hard, isn't it?
If it comes down to Jimmy Ward taking an extension, it would also save up cap space too.
Jimmy Ward?
But
Jimmy's already taken it.
Yeah.
Remember, Jimmy Ward came back here. He left money on the table in Philadelphia to come to play for the 49ers.
Yes, he did. And they're ready on him to do it again.
Okay, on defense, do you see any bodies you can do without? Other than Jimmy?
Ooh.
See?
Honestly,
It's tough.
Klosky.
You're going to lose the game.
I'm fine with losing Klosky.
If you get, you're going to need to get rid of a few more guys.
But all in all, this is how I see it playing out. We would lose a lot to get Devontae and Aaron. Would it be worth it? That remains to be seen.
Yes,
But
because
if we were to
Devontae gets
everybody-
paid too. Yeah.
There's one person we're not talking about, though. There's one person we're not talking about that could benefit us a lot
Who's that?
if he makes it first squad on right guard. Alfredo Gutierrez. They re-signed him.
Oh, did they?
And he's 6'9", 333.
No, I seen him.
Right guard.
I was wishing he would have played.
And, oh, man, Ronbo. He's going to play this season. If he performs well in OTAs and does real well in preseason, rush.
Because Compton and Brunskill on the right side, that was frightening, That's probably why Jimmy G's smiling when he says I'm leaving, because you could get killed back there, And then Trent Williams came up injured. I really would hate to be a quarterback in that situation. I got to give Jimmy's guy huge cojones. I got Tom Compton and Brunskill getting pancaked on my right. I got Trent Williams with a bad ankle on my left. The only thing I can think of is I got 0.5 seconds to get rid of this ball, or I'm a hamburger. So, that offensive line is going to need some work.
That's why I don't really hate on Jimmy too much. That's why I feel bad for Jimmy.
When people talk about him, boy, I got some really nasty things I want to say to him, but I don't. But I can't believe people say the things they say, knowing what he was up against with no right side or left side, and the Rams, Aaron Donald, and Leonard Floyd, and the rest of those guys coming at you at 100 miles an hour. That's insane.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And then, but if it's Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady that gets sacked and he's like throwing bad passes, they're like, oh, well, it's because he doesn't have an offensive line.
Yeah.
Well, shit, we don't have an offensive line either. Our right side is done. It's set.
Steven, hey, let's continue on Sunday, Steve. We ran out of time. I'll be looking for you.
Absolutely.
All right, fam.
All right, man.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
And and you know what's going to happen too, Trey? Well, it's a big show. Oh, it's a big show on tonight. So, would you get in here, man? Because I know you got some things you want to take care of. Ron, I'm not going to stop. The people who don't like the truth, I'm sorry. I can't do anything for you. If you don't believe that offensive line was crash, then you go get quarterback behind it and see how long you last. All right, go ahead.
Saw the bat signal, so I thought I'd chime in tonight. All I've got to say is leave Mac Jones alone. Mr. Alternate, his first year as a NFL quarterback to the Pro Bowl, Mr. Pro Bowl quarterback, who was fortunate enough to make it because one bowed out because he was upset he lost a playoff game. Mr. Efficiency, who kept the Patriots relevant. So, and that's virtually unheard of when it comes to rookie quarterbacks.
I know.
You know? So, leave Mac Jones alone. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But I love you, Trey, by the way. Trey and I have nothing but love and respect for each other.
Oh, I know.
We've known each other for years.
This is
and
off
years,
season.
so
We got to
don't
dig at
get
each
twisted.
other. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But as far as Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers goes, it's Tom Brady, hands down.
Yeah.
And Jed York had said when we drafted Trey that he wouldn't mind sitting Trey Lance for 2 years. So
yeah,
we got to
He
keep that
did
in
say
mind
that.
too. This isn't all fake news.
Everybody
I
remembers
think
that.
the-
I
I
can
think the
send a link if anybody doesn't believe it.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
hit me up.
Yeah, and as far as Tom Brady's already working behind the scenes trying to make this happen. He's getting Joe Montana and Steve Young recruiting like hell to get him over here for one last ride. We're a team that's built to go back again, and I don't think we can do with a rookie. I really don't. It's virtually unheard of to see a rookie go to the playoffs and reach the NFC Championship game. When's the last time that happened? You know?
I don't think it ever happened before at all, actually.
No.
Especially when
I
it
wouldn't mind letting Trey
didn't
sit.
even go 3 years of college ball. It's kind of scary, isn't it, when you think about it?
If it were me, I wouldn't mind letting Trey sit another year. You know? He was the most
Raw
quarterback out of this entire draft class last year. And
That's not
there's
us
a
saying
lot of,
that. That was already documented for anybody
No.
that thinks Joe and I are
Yeah.
collaborating on this. It's true. Kyle said it.
And that's why they sat him a year. And he couldn't beat out Jimmy Garoppolo because he wasn't ready. And Jimmy Garoppolo was the most injured player on our team, most brittle player on our team, and then the Trey couldn't still beat him out. And
that's why I keep asking people.
That's
Well,
kind
you
of
know,
sad.
if Trey's that fantastic, everybody wants him on the field. Then you think Kyle wants to lose games? He put Jimmy out there with his body almost broken in two.
Who could
And
barely
that
grip the
tells me
ball, like
something.
Devo said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's 50-50 Tom Brady. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming here. I think Aaron's going to stay in Green Bay. We didn't draft back in 2005. We didn't draft him because of his cockiness. Nobody liked his cockiness. That's why he fell at 24 to Green Bay. You know, He
He's
was a
always
cocky
been like he
kid
is
out of
now,
Cal.
even at Cal.
Yeah, he has never changed. He's a dick. Even to
You
his
know,
family.
He
You know what I
should've
mean?
kno-
So
I know he should have known that was going to haunt him. Somebody should have told him, Aaron, you know what?
Yeah.
Your demeanor, it sucks. You're going to get yourself into trouble like that sooner or later. And sooner he did. Goes to the cold tundra of Green Bay instead of San Francisco.
and we own them. Like, we own a majority of shares more than their fans do when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. Like, we own the Rams. So it's sad that Aaron can't beat us. I mean, I feel like he purposely let that happen because this is his childhood team, but that's here nor there. But
it would be a
I
great
don't think
finishing
Aaron
story,
Rodgers-
though. Yeah, I mean, to see Brady come in and you saw that photo of him and his mom in the stands. I mean, little Brady
yeah, exactly.
watching Joe.
And
That was
Roger
awesome.
Goodell would love to see that happen too. I think he would rig it for us to get to all the way to the Super Bowl. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yep. And oh my gosh, one more thing I was gonna say. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Don't worry about it, man. You know, I've been listening to this, all right? That's enough. All right, Mac Jones won a playoff. Mac Jones won a game throwing 2 passes. Can we stop this?
In freezing cold weather, mind you.
I
Have you
know,
ever
Trey,
tried throwing a
those are
ball
not
in
good
freezing
examples.
Cold weather?
You know what?
Didn't Josh Allen throw on that? Hold on. Josh Allen threw for like 300 yards in that same weather.
No, he didn't.
Maybe not 300, but he threw a lot of passes.
No.
He didn't throw 2 passes.
That was a low.
He didn't throw
That was
2.
a low scoring. That was a low
He
scoring
didn't throw
game.
2 passes is what I'm saying. I know that, but what I'm saying is don't do it. And Trey's not a rookie. Can you stop with this? Nobody did this as a rookie business. He had a year in the system. He played games. He's rolling into next year as a second-year quarterback.
Trey.
You wanted him to sit, and he played a little bit.
Trey.
It's a win-win.
Next
I'm
year,
done, Ronbo.
Trey, I'm just telling you, Trey. Next year, if anything goes south, I remember I wrote this down. Okay, so you know when
Write
I say
it down, Rombo. Jimmy G was terrible in the playoffs.
I'm going to say,
Rombo.
Trey,
Terrible.
remember, you
Terrible,
said he's not a
okay?
rookie.
No,
and
Rombo, I
that-
didn't want to break this stat out, okay? The last 6 games, Jimmy was 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. If Trey Lance does that,
If
I want to
Trey
hear
does
you sing his
that
praise.
with a busted hand and a bad shoulder, I will bow to him. I will say that he's the greatest quarterback of
So,
all time.
Rombo, what
Listen,
you're
Trey,
saying is
let me
that
tell you
Trey
one
should
thing.
have played
After
because Jimmy was hindering the team.
After the Chicago game, Jimmy Garoppolo was one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback, efficiency-wise in the NFL.
And when we needed him
don't-
the most,
and then
he
when
was
he
one
got
of the
hurt,
worst quarterbacks in the
and
playoffs.
then when he got
He was
hurt-
one of the worst quarterbacks in the playoffs, right? He was terrible, Rombo.
What did I just
He was
say?
in the Cowboy game, he tried to give it away. In
And
the
if he'd have
Packers
been-
game, he tried to give it away.
And Trey, you'll
And
never
then in
admit
the
it,
Rams game, he
but
finally
you and
did.
I both know, had he not been hurt, that would have never happened. But you go ahead
He should
with
not
that
have
narrative
played if he was
and
hurt,
keep
Rombo.
on with
Rombo,
it.
when you step on the field, you either are playing or you're hurt.
Fine.
If he was
But
hurting
here's-
the team,
But here's the thing,
on the
Trey.
field.
With all that in mind, why didn't Kyle sit Jimmy down?
Kyle actually said that he thought about starting
No,
Trey.
he didn't.
You heard
The
him
media
say
said
it.
he said that.
He did say it, Ronbo. Ronbo, chat, tell the truth. Did he not say he thought about starting Trey when we were 3-5? When we were 3-5.
I thought I read something that Kittle threw a fit on the sidelines and tried to veto that decision.
Hold on. Don't give me this.
So
he
he
wasn't
didn't
ready
do it.
business. Kyle said it out of his own mouth that he was going to start him at 3-5.
Well, yeah. Well, why? He might as well consider it. I would too. With 3-5, the season's over. But maybe at that
We
point he
shouldn't be
said maybe the
3-5
season's
with
not
Mr.
over.
Super Bowl winner, right? Oh, that's right. No, but Mr. Super Bowl winner. Jimmy's the guy, right?
Because you don't appreciate getting as far into the playoffs as he did. That's why you're talking like that.
I don't appreciate losing big games. Y'all say all he does is win. I say all he does is lose big games.
He can't do it by himself. What if some of the other mistakes we made weren't made?
Oh, my God. He can't do it by himself. Are you serious? That's what franchise quarterbacks do. That's why you
He's
draft the guy
supposed to
number
play
3
through
overall.
every mistake made by every player on the team. I get
Rombo,
it. Your quarterback is supposed to be able to win the
every
game.
game, Rombo.
Oh,
Hold on, let me say that
Klosky
again.
dropped an
Every
interception.
game. Oh, good gracious.
And by the way, those interceptions you said, we won every last one of those games. That's what I'm
the
saying. What are you
point,
talking
Rombo.
about
We
those
won in
games
spite of
for?
the quarterback play. So imagine what it's going to be like when we play with a guy that can actually overcome interceptions. That's what Matt Stafford is.
I'm writing that down too, Trey. You think Trey Lance is never going to throw an INT, right? There's a bunch of
Did I
people
say
who
that? I
think
said
of
he's
that.
going to
I
overcome
can't wait.
interceptions,
I'm not
Rombo.
going to root
I didn't,
for it.
Rombo, he did it against the Texans. He overcame throwing that early pick.
INTs are part of the game. They're not supposed to be.
Okay, here it is right here, Rombo. No, here it is right here. How many times?
The worst in the worst
I'm gonna
quarterback
leave
in the
after
league through 17.
How many times
and he
at the end
won
of
the Super
half have
Bowl.
you seen Kyle Shanahan decide to run the ball and not do anything?
Kyle's
in
going
that
to run the
Texans
ball.
game, he gave Trey a chance to actually go down the field. I'm telling you, Mark
Even
this
Trey
down.
was running the
He's
ball.
going to trust Trey more than he trusts Jimmy. And you can mark that down.
I'm marking it down. I will not forget this. I said, Trey.
Okay.
How come Trey's not throwing the ball every other play? And then I'm going to hear you say what you're going to say. You
Every other play.
Trey,
now,
you should work on that excuse right
every
now.
other play. Every other play, Ronbo. Really?
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying Kyle's going to run the ball, Trey.
I'm saying that he's going to be more efficient with Trey Lance. He already proves that he was willing to go downfield with Trey Lance more in his first start. He proved
Trey, you said the same thing with Kirk Cousins.
We got to go.
We got to go.
Hey, big show. It's all love, Trey. It's all love, baby. All love, man.
I love
Ronbo,
you too, Trey, but you're wrong.
Oh, Ronbo, I know.
Wrong.
My point came back to my head. Can I make it really quick? Because you were wondering about if Tom Brady and Kyle Shanahan can collab together. If James Harden and the 76ers personalities can collab together, then Tom Brady and Kyle Shanahan can certainly can. You know what I mean? Because James Harden's a pretty hard-headed person to deal with. So
Big Show, we got to go.
Yeah.
And, yes, excellent point. All right. I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah. You know what I mean? All right. Shout out to the Team Team. Y'all take care. All right. Have a
Good
good
night, Bill. Oh, I love this time of year. This is Trey. You know what? I'm telling you right now. And when I say next year, Trey. All right, Jerry. Oh, hey. Josh Chapman says Debo signs 3-year, $50 million contract with the Rams. You know, Rams, you guys like Debo, don't you? I knew it. You wish you had a Debo, don't you? AJ. Oh, Brock O'Nider. I can't, God, let me read it then. Brock O'Nider says Ronbo, mobile quarterback, win the last Super Bowl, asking for a friend. I'm going to have to Google that. Hey, you know what's so funny? I think Russell Wilson, actually Mahomes is kind of but he's more of a pocket quarterback. These are guys with real pocket skills, though. And then they run when they feel necessary. But, yeah, it's still Lamar Jackson is not doing that. And, yeah. Hey, Jerry. Thanks, Brock.
Ronbo.
Yo, it's JJ. Get on in there, JJ.
Yes, sir. Finally. And I do mean finally.
He's coming in here to do to me what Trey does. Beat me up. Go ahead. I'm taking. Y'all don't know I got my headgear on.
Yeah.
Y'all can't hurt me. Hit me. Go ahead.
I mean, it's all good. I just heard a lot of nonsense. You know, one thing, for some people, I don't want to talk about people, but look, just go play franchise, man. Go play franchise mode on Madden, and you can learn a little bit of something about how to deal with the cat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We can't afford. Aaron Rodgers, he get $34 million this year.
I'm
That's out
with
the
you on
window.
this.
We can't
Yes,
afford
indeed.
that.
Turn the volume
You
up
know
on
what I
it.
mean? And only Tom Brady, we can probably get Tom Brady because he only costs $9 million against our cap if we trade for Tom Brady. But we don't need even one now because we got Trey. Like Trey just said, he's gonna be in his second year. What he did in college, he sat out his first year behind Eastern Stick. Watch Eastern Stick take his team to the national championship. Then the next year, he started with undefeated, won a championship. All right, he sat behind Jimmy this year. He learned from a veteran how to win, how to prepare. He's seen the team went all the way to the playoffs, all the way to the championship game, and now it's his time to start. Now he about to go work with John Beck and get ready for the season. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we need Raheem Mostert. I don't care what y'all say. We need to sign Raheem Mostert. He's good. I don't care. That's the number one priority.
Yes.
Number one priority is Raheem Mostert. I don't care about Elijah Miller. He good. Debo's okay in the backfield. But
I don't want him back there all the time. You know, I really don't.
You can give Elijah Miller. You can give Raheem Mostert 2 years, $10 million, 5 years. He's a home run threat. Come on. He can come in halfway through the season and just be our home run threat through the end of the season. You know what I mean? We got to look at this cat.
He's going to the house at least 6 or 7 times during the season, at least. You know, that's why I don't. People want to get rid of Raheem. Out of sight, out of mind is a problem, Jay. They ain't seen him in a while. No, we don't need Raheem. Why you don't need Raheem? Y'all forgot about Raheem, didn't you? Boy, that dude is something else. Defenses don't know what the hell to do when he gets the ball. So, yeah, I want him back.
Something special in this offense. It's something different. You know what I mean? We definitely need him out there. And Lincoln Thomas, he gone. And Aaron Banks, I heard you say Aaron
Banks.
How he wasn't good enough to get on the field.
Well, it's the same thing with Trey. After we start winning, he's not going to bench Liga Thompson or Daniel Brunskill for the rookie after we
I hope that
start
was
winning.
it. Because they got hurt too, fam.
I mean, they ain't missed no game. They ain't missed no time. Well, when you seen Lincoln Thomas or Brunskill out the
I'm
game?
not talking about Lakin. I'm talking about that right side. You know what they
Brunskill played the whole season.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
The tackle,
Brunskill is
the tackle
tough.
got hurt.
He just can't. He just
Yeah,
can't
that's what I'm
block.
saying.
But he does not get hurt. Tom Compton was a good run blocker too. He just can't protect.
Exactly. So, by that time they had their little chemistry going, and Shanahan wanted to stick with it. So he wasn't going to bring the rookie in after we went 3-5 and started winning. He wasn't going to bring the rookie in on a winning streak, just like Trey Lance.
You're related there, Aaron. I mean, you came in here and made it. I feel foolish for having accused him of not being.
I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at it as real talk. You know what I mean? We get first rounders that don't even start on some teams. You know what I mean?
I know that's how good this team is.
So you know what I mean? Especially when you got a winning team like we got a winning team, it's gonna take that Shanahan's not gonna just want to replace our. Look how long it took him to get Ambry Thomas on the field again. So it's just he's not gonna replace what we got winning, and we need to bring back Tart. Come on, our defense for the past 3 years, we don't give up big plays. You know what I mean? It's once in a while they give up a big play. You know what I mean? You take that out, you take that away from the defense. How long Tart been in this defense? You know what I mean? How many defenses we had that been good with Tart back then? You take that out and you try and replace him with a
Him and J-Dub, they've been playing him since little boys. So that's what that's about. I agree. I don't want to get rid of Tart. Ambry Thomas looks like he's going to be solid. I got really no big problem. I just want to get another guy in case they get hurt because they ain't going no 17 games. They just think it, especially Emmanuel Mosley. Mosley, you'll be lucky to get 13, 14 games. You can call it a victory because he gets hurt easily too.
Mm-hmm. I say we get a dude like Mike Jones from, get him for the slot. You get somebody like Taylor from Tennessee in the third round. You know what I mean? I definitely want my man Christian Watson to come back and play with Trey Lance. Get that 6'4" deep threat. Him or John Ross.
Is that the guy? Is that the guy that went to the same school?
Yeah. Christian Watson.
Because I'm done with them. Well, we got guys who can run around. No, man, y'all understand, man. They can NFL secondary. If you ain't got no speed, they ain't gonna have no respect. They'll say, "I'll roll with you in a minute." They got Trey Flowers talking about he could run with Odell, OBJ. Let me have OBJ. I'm used to him, man. I played with him in New York.
Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, and then he's 6'4", so he a tall receiver too.
Oh, let's see, fast and tall. Come on, man. I gotta have it.
Yeah,
Jay, we gotta go, fam.
And look, Debo be on the sideline because he be tired sometimes. You gotta have at least four or five good receivers. To come switching in and out.
Breathing so hard. I agree.
Yeah, and Trey Lance gonna take it to that Super Bowl. Y'all doubting him. Watch my man. And look, my bad. One more thing, Aaron, about the interceptions. The interceptions. Jimmy threw 12. Matt Stafford threw 17.
Yep.
But the big difference between that is Matt Stafford threw 41 touchdowns and Jimmy threw 20. That's the difference. You can live with the interceptions as long as you get the touchdown.
Matt Stafford also threw 4 pick sixes. Jimmy didn't throw none of those. So you see, it all balances out. If Jimmy was allowed to throw the ball as much as Matt Stafford, I would like to know how that would translate. But that's a conversation for another day. Jay, we gotta go though, fam.
I appreciate you, Ronbo.
I appreciate you, Jay. I'm gonna see you Sunday if you got time, man. We don't hear from you enough. If you got time, all right?
Oh, yeah, man. I be listening, man. I be just hearing a lot of things that make me upset, so I just like to,
I hope you get upset Sunday and get on back in here.
I got you. Have a blessed night, man. Love you and production and
Thanks,
49 faithful.
Yeah.
Already. Bang, bang, not a game. Straight for 6.
There he goes, rolling down the road with that big cargo. Night J.
I have a blessed one.
I'd love to see if he rolled that window down and somebody's riding alongside looking around. Whoa, what is he? What's wrong with him? He's a Niner fan. Leave him alone. T-Flow and Allie.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hi, Ronbo.
Hey, Allie. Well, listen, y'all. What we're doing is we're going through this like we go through this every year, and unfortunately, that I'm able to say that is very sad. Every year, we immediately go to our go-to guys, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, because we don't have them, and we truly believe that if we did, we wouldn't be having these conversations. So, T-Flow, with that said, your choice. Would it be Brady or Rodgers? And T-Flow, we're going to extend it to now. You got to tell us how we can fit that in the money. See, because everybody wants them over here because everybody's playing Madden, right? And is it possible even? So to make it even worthwhile talking.
Man, I was just laughing about like a couple of people were saying we're playing Madden. Like all these players that their name is all free agents. Like they're not even on the team next year unless we somehow sign them. And
I know,
the only one that will be logical will probably be Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is willing to take a pay cut because he's known to take a pay cut. Aaron Rodgers is never known for taking a pay cut. He wants
asking
his money.
for more money.
So,
yeah.
So basically, everybody thinking about Rodgers, get that out of their head, because Rodgers is going to want the money. He's going to want the bag. The main reason why we're getting rid of Jimmy is because he's too much money and he gets injured every year. So that's why they got a quarterback last year. That's the main reason.
Yeah,
Tom Brady is not.
They didn't trust Jimmy's health.
Yeah, they didn't trust Jimmy's health. All right, and this year he's too much money. We got Deebo Samuel too. We got Deebo Samuel. We got Nick Bosa that they're gonna require at least $20 to $30 million a year between the both of them. With each probably $30 million for
I think
for Nick
closer
Bosa.
to 30. Exactly.
Yeah. Nick Bosa, $30 million a year.
Because I think his brother gets that much, right? That figure's already been established. So Nick's got to get paid more than Joey. Can you imagine that?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, Aaron Rodgers, you can kiss that. Everybody should get that out of the pipe dream of getting Aaron Rodgers to Frisco, because he's not going to take a pay cut. We all know that he's never taken a pay cut. The only one that probably will is Tom Brady.
Yeah,
and I don't even think Tom Brady's coming. Yep. I don't think Tom Brady's coming, because I kind of do believe
Tom would want to bring some people with him, though. I don't think Tom's going anywhere without Gronk.
Oh, yeah. But did you hear that other rumor about Tom Brady?
What?
Saying that he's not going to the Niners. His family is still kind of pissed off that the Niners.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah. So basically, we don't really know who Tom Brady was talking about, saying you're really going to go with him, right? Like, man, dude, I'm not going to pay for your team. No one really knows what team he's talking about it. But if you put if you like to put puzzles or pieces together, that sounds like they're talking about the Niners.
Yeah.
You're going to really go with that guy.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm pretty sure we can cancel that dream out.
Yeah. And if he's that pissed off, Tom doesn't want to play anymore. T-Flow, when a man decides to retire, I imagine in this case, especially in football, you know how hard it is to get ready for a football season? Can you imagine going in and training your ass off at 45? Especially Tom's 45 now. He's probably worn out, right?
But I'm pretty sure Tom's Brady's mindset is, if I'm on a team, this is my team, I'm going to be the starter, because why would they sign me?
No, there's no doubt about him starting. But, I mean, he's got to get ready for that season. I mean, he's got to bust ass. You got to get in shape, and you got to start going out there and working with those receivers because you don't know them. There's a lot of work to be done between now and September if you're Tom Brady and you come back to San Francisco. And, and it's, as soon as he says, listen, guys, can I ask you guys about Anthony can we get AB? Tom, are you serious right now? Well, listen, he's a winner, and I tell you what, you want to go to the Super Bowl, that's all I need. I don't know how crazy Tom actually is, but he showed me something last year. Tom is crazy. Some of the things he'd say sometimes, hilarious. So Tom is a clown.
Yeah, he thinks
he owns the league. That's what it is. So. But then again, he has 7 Super Bowl rings, so
And that's why you got to listen to him. Yeah.
That's why you got to listen to him. But other than that, like the Tom Brady, that would be the closest one. But his family already said no, and I'm pretty sure he's still holding a grudge, saying, you know what, if the Niners would have had me, we could have had back-to-back Super Bowls. But you know what, they wanted to go with that. They wanted to go with that guy. That guy.
But I tell you what, T-Flow, one thing Tom's got to understand, though, everybody thinks that Trey's going to be throwing the ball all over the yard next year. You know what? The Shanahans like to run the ball. It's what their offense is built and springs from. It's not about whether they love the quarterback throwing the ball or not. They do everything. Play action, everything is rooted in that run game. So, Tom's going to have to compromise a little bit. You've been used to throwing 60, 70 times a game. We're going to have to scale
Well, you heard
back.
that rumor with Tom Brady, right? With Bruce Arians. Tom Brady didn't want to do play-action rollouts. So what does Kyle Shanahan like to do? Play-action rollouts.
Yeah.
So
and what percentage of the
that's
time
why
does Kyle like to run the ball? At least 35, 40%, if not more. So is Tom going to be okay with that? Yeah, more than that, right? So is Tom going to be okay with that?
Oh, no, he ain't gonna be okay. That's why like we gotta see what Kyle Shanahan does. Exactly what you said. He likes to run the ball. He likes to be in charge of the offense. Tom Brady likes to pass the ball, and Tom Brady likes to call what he wants to call. So
football.
He's always
Brady
been
ball.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all know Tom Brady's not going to change for that. The only thing that he'll change is I'll give you a pay cut.
That's it.
That's the only difference.
Hey, because T-Flow, Tom Brady comes back to the 49ers to play football out of retirement. He ain't got to listen to nobody else's music. He'll beat his own drum like he always does. Yeah. You don't want to do this? Fine, I'm out of here. And that's it.
That's it. So that's why, let's stick to the young guy. This guy's very smart. Trey Lance is at the highest IQ. Remember, he's the only quarterback that called his own plays. Right? The coach gave him leeway, as a freshman, true freshman. Hey, you know what? Call your plays. Right? I trust him. Oh, you want to change the offensive lineman blocking schemes? Call that one too. He's the only quarterback that ran literally a pro-style offense, right? He wasn't looking at the cue cards where everybody knows what's going on. No, he called the plays. So he got it. From those leaked videos that we seen, he looked pretty good throwing on the run and everything. So we have everything. But the one thing we have to understand, the big difference between McVay and Kyle Shanahan is when it comes down to the last quarter and a half, McVay goes to his playmakers. Kyle Shanahan turns away from his playmakers. So that's the one thing that he has to somehow change. Because fourth quarter, Debo didn't really have anything. Kittle had nothing. IU hardly. So what are you doing? There's a main reason we're going to give Debo Samuel one of the highest paid contracts. Kittle already has the highest paid tight end contract in league. Yeah. Where are they at when it comes to big, crucial situations, Kyle? That's the one that I want.
We're going to see if there's a change of heart next year. T-Flow, we got to go. I love doing that. T-Flow, we got to go. And I'll be back Sunday, though, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, Ronbo, have a good weekend.
All right. Night, Allie. You guys ready? 3, 2.
Yep, we're ready.
1. You guys can tell I like doing this, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You guys, have a great night, guys.
All right, Ronbo, have a safe weekend.
You too. Well, fam, and Trey, I can't wait till next season starts. I'm gonna mention your name all year long. I could tell right now. I just hope we win the game. So, you know what? Unlike some people, I hope Trey wins every game. I hope we go to the Super Bowl and win it. But if anything goes south, boy, I ain't going to be saying nothing but other than, Trey, remember you said blah, blah, blah. I told you, Trey. See that? You talked out of turn, didn't you? Next time when I'm talking, hush. remember, if you had parents like mine, when grown folks is talking, you just sit there and you be quiet and learn. Stop talking. See, because we're done here, so you can't get me, huh? I'm not going to read the chat. But Trey's already gone, isn't he? Fam, I'll see you Sunday. And we talk some more 49 football. Niners! Whew, boy, do that 3 times a day. Good for you.